What up, family? Welcome back to the channel. You already know it's your boy Moose Talks Hoops. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know. It's a lot of things in this world that cost, but hitting the like button ain't one of them.
Yes, sir. That boy Moose is back on the loose. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what to do. Smash that like button and share the video so we can talk some hoops. And first things first, salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. You guys know how I feel about y'all. I got the realest chat on YouTube. It ain't many of us, but less is more. So there's plenty of us, man. And I see all y'all coming up in here. Miss Terry, salute to you. Appreciate you sliding through. Salute to my brother, True to King TV. Look out for tomorrow on FYF Sports Debates, as usual, in the Zone podcast with my brother, True to King TV, my brother, So Crazy TV, and that boy, Renegade. We will be live at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Salute to my guy, Will, Chris. I see everybody in here. Leslie Barber, Go James. I see y'all in here. Y'all smash that like button and share the video, man. Want to get into this real quick, right? I've been on YouTube for a little over a year now. And in that year and some change, you guys know what my channel is about. All type of basketball content. Ayo, it's Comedy TV. What up, bro? Appreciate you sliding through here, man. Y'all smash that like button and share the video. But like I was saying, I've been on YouTube for a little over a year and some change now, right? And you guys know what my channel is about. We do live streams on all different topics around the basketball world, videos, shorts. Some of you guys been here for a short time. Some of you guys been here from the very start. And I appreciate all you guys. But one thing that I've noticed here on these YouTube streets, especially since I've been posting content on my channel, is I could post about anything. But one topic in particular when it comes to, and that topic being LeBron James, is the only time I see Jordan fans on my channel. I could be bashing LeBron James and I'll see Jordan fans with their pom-poms out, twerking in the comments. Pause, no Diddy. Or we could be giving credit to LeBron James and I'll see Jordan fans come out the woodwork, bashing me, bashing LeBron James, disliking the videos, spamming the comments. But if I post about any other subject other than LeBron James, I don't see these guys. And it got me asking and wondering a real question to myself. Are these guys actually Jordan fans? Or are they anti-LeBron? And today, I just happen to be scouring, rolling and patrolling through these YouTube streets, and I came across a real interesting interview posted by Vlad TV. Shout out to Vlad TV too, man. And it was to the good brother Gilbert Arenas, was on Vlad TV, and he was speaking to this exact topic that we're going to get into today. And he said something that resonated with me just by using logic. Real Jordan fans don't give two shits about LeBron James. And that's the truth of the matter. If you're a real Jordan fan, you don't give a F who's number 2. You don't give a F who's number 3. You don't give an F who's top 5, who's top 10. You just give a F that Jordan is the GOAT. Real Jordan fans. And I know we live in an era now. It's different from when I was coming up. I'm an 80s baby. And when I was coming up, you were a fan of a team. Sometimes it would depend on if you grew up in that city or in a close vicinity to that city. If where you lived was the closest to the NBA city, you were a fan of this certain team. and you stuck with it. But now we live in an era where people are player fans. They're a fan of a certain player. And that's why you see on these YouTube streets, NBA Twitter, you got these fan pages and all this stuff. We live in an era where they're just a fan of a certain player. And that's why I asked, are you guys Jordan fans or just anti-LeBron? And I want to get into this clip, right? I want to get into this clip interview with DJ Vlad TV that Gilbert Arenas conducted. And he had some real interesting comments, man, that really resonated with me, man. And we're going to get right into it.
That's what it is. It's stuck in a time where I don't even say most people today are not basketball fans. They're player fans. They're just fan of a player, right? I like Michael Jordan. Okay, cool. What team do you like? Oh, I don't have a team.
The Bulls.
They don't even have a fucking Larry like the Bulls. It's Michael Jordan. I like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't have a team? No. Like Michael Jordan, he don't even play anymore. So who do you like now? Oh, this era's soft.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Is that? So you don't even watch basketball. You don't even watch basketball anymore, basically, because today's era is soft. So when I sit there and listen to people talk, all I hear is, you're not basketball fans. You're just anti-LeBron fan. You're just anti-LeBron. That's all this is. It's just, you're just anti-LeBron because he's being compared to Michael Jordan.
Man, shout out to Gilbert Arenas, man. Shout out to Vlad TV once again, bro. He's absolutely right. You're not basketball fans. You're not even real Michael Jordan fans. You're just anti-LeBron James. And you're seeing it now. Go in my comments. Any one of my videos, any one of the posts on my community, I can post a picture of LeBron James right now on my community post. And you'll have 12 to 13 comments talking about Michael Jordan and how Jordan is the GOAT. And LeBron's on PEDs. And LeBalco. And LeThis. And he's not that. If you're a real Jordan fan, you don't discuss LeBron James. If you really feel Jordan is the GOAT, you don't discuss LeBron James. But here's the thing. For you to be discussing LeBron James, for you to bring up Michael Jordan every time LeBron James is the topic, shows me you're insecure and you're unsure of who the actual GOAT is. Y'all smash that like button and share the video. And salute to Miss Terry with the $10 super chat. She says, salute to you, Moose. Much love to you, sweetheart. Much love to you, Miss Terry. You know I love and appreciate you here on my channel, man. You've been rocking with me from the very beginning, it seems like. Y'all smash that like button and share the video. And that's the truth of the matter. If you didn't feel threatened by LeBron James's legacy, if you didn't feel threatened by the fact that LeBron James is the all-time leader in points scored, if you didn't feel threatened from the fact that LeBron James has over 10K assists, if you didn't feel threatened from the fact that LeBron James has over 10K rebounds, if you didn't feel threatened that this man is entering into year 22 and still playing at an all-NBA level, it wouldn't bother you this much that people consider him their GOAT. It wouldn't. Because if you were secure in your decision, If you were secure in your thinking or your belief that Michael Jordan is in fact the GOAT, there would be no need for you to jump on every LeBron James post on YouTube, jump on every LeBron James post on Twitter, jump on every LeBron James post on Facebook, and jump on every LeBron James post on Instagram, pounding your chest about how he doesn't compare to Michael Jordan, pounding your chest about 6-0, pounding your chest about all these inflated stats awards. You wouldn't. You simply wouldn't engage with it. And you would just strictly talk about Jordan on your own tip. And you're seeing it right now with this Team USA squad. Every time this current version of Team USA plays, you got these JDRs who I'm now labeling anti-LeBron because they're not real Jordan fans, bringing up the 92 Dream Team. Oh, they're nothing compared to 92 Dream Team. Oh, the 92 Dream Team would have beat this team by 40. If Team USA comes out here tomorrow and destroys Brazil in the quarterfinals by 30, you'll have these guys on YouTube, Twitter, talking about the Dream Team would have beat them by 60. Extreme delusion, extreme cult-like behavior. And Gilbert Arenas said it best. These guys are not Jordan fans. They're simply just anti-LeBron. And he's right. You can ask some of these guys who their favorite team is. They don't have one. Some will say they don't watch basketball anymore. Some of them believe basketball died after Michael Jordan retired. This is what they honestly believe. They don't watch games. They're not in tune with the caliber of players that's playing in today's NBA. They're stuck in an era. They're stuck in a time that is 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Literally 30 years ago. And I was watching the Friday night exposure show. Salute to Go James Kingdom, Johnny and those boys. I was watching them this past Friday. And he had an excellent stream. Laying out the TV guide, laying out the national game system. Stuff that I was alive for and witnessing as a kid, as a 80s baby. And these Jordan fans, so-called Jordan fans, the JDRs, who I call the anti-LeBron, they scream and holler about all these Jordan games that they watched, which clearly isn't true. They are stuck in a time that is ended 30 years ago. They are stuck in a moment. They have an emotional, nostalgic attachment to that era, to their childhood for some, to their teenage years for some, that they just can't get rid of. Look at football. Everybody's consensus GOAT, for the most part, is Tom Brady. Right? Everybody's consensus GOAT, for the most part, in football is Tom Brady. You don't see Tom Brady fans arguing with Pat Mahomes fans. You don't see Tom Brady fans arguing with Joe Montana fans. They simply just say Tom Brady is the GOAT, and they keep it moving. They literally just say Tom Brady is the GOAT, and they keep it moving. They don't argue with people. They're not hounding every Patrick Mahomes post, flooding it, talking about Brady's the GOAT. They're not pounding the desk, screaming on ESPN and FS1 about Tom Brady being the GOAT. They're not threatening people, spamming people, disliking, reporting their pages because they feel somebody else other than Tom Brady is the GOAT. They just simply believe Tom Brady is the GOAT, and they keep it moving. But let you post LeBron James eating an ice cream sandwich, and it's going to be 10 JDRs, it's going to be 10 anti-LeBron accounts under your post talking about Michael Jordan would have ate that ice cream sandwich better, 6-0. It's delusion. It's extreme cult-like delusion. But when I talk to real Michael Jordan fans, whenever I talk to real Michael Jordan fans, I never get into a basketball debate. I never get into a basketball argument. I never get into a basketball back and forth. They just believe Michael Jordan is the GOAT, and they stop right there. They stop right there. Plain and simple, baby. Plain and simple. But let you come to these YouTube streets. Let you go on NBA Twitter. Let you go on Facebook. Let you go on Instagram. And you'll see the most delusional, cult-like, anti-LeBron haters. And we live in a society now where it's become cool to be a hater. It's become cool to be a hater. Whether you're in mainstream media or you do content creation, it has become cool to be a hater. We've seen LeBron James outlast the TV, keyword, TV career of Skip Bayless. A man who, once he came on TV, wanted to be Howard Cosell to LeBron James's Muhammad Ali. The only difference is LeBron James never paid Skip Bayless a single amount of attention. But that didn't stop Skip Bayless from going on a cult-like career mission to troll LeBron James and to become known as the biggest JDR and anti-LeBronist in the media. And Skip Bayless gave birth to a whole generation of content creators who had some type of eureka, bright idea light bulb go off in their head. And that being, you want to make money in content creation? You want to make money on NBA YouTube? Bash LeBron James. Bash LeBron James. Anti-LeBronist, bashing LeBron James has turned into a business model. bashing LeBron James, being an anti-LeBronist, has literally turned into a business model to make money off content creation. Whether that be on YouTube, whether that be on Twitter, whether that be on Instagram, whether that be on Facebook, and TikTok to that matter. They have literally turned hating on LeBron James into a business model, into a lane to grease their pockets. I dare you. I dare you to do a test right now. If you're a content creator or if you're not a content creator, I dare you to do a real live research test and create a channel and strictly talk about bashing LeBron James. And I guarantee you, you're going to grease your pockets. I had a subscriber reach out to me the other day. Might have been a few weeks back. I had a subscriber reach out to me. Matter of fact, it was during one of my live streams. And he said, you know what, Moose? If you was one of these channels that bashed LeBron James, you would have been at 30K subs right now. And you know what the sad part about that is? It's true. It's true. That's the cool thing to do right now. That's the in thing to do. That is the NBA YouTube business model to grease your pockets right now. Bash LeBron James. And some people have taken it so far that they realize LeBron James is a cough away from retirement, and they don't want to let their money train leave the station for good, that they have turned bashing LeBron James into bashing Bronny James so they can have another long run of milking ad dollars out of YouTube by bashing LeBron James. It's sick. It's really sick. You have so-called Jordan fans on these YouTube streets, so-called Michael Jordan fans who've dedicated their channel name or their online identity to being that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. But when you look at their videos in terms of ratio, it's a 9-to-1 ratio when it comes to creating content about LeBron James compared to Michael Jordan on their own channel. How do you have a channel called Michael Jordan something and most of your videos are about LeBron James? How are you a self-proclaimed Michael Jordan fan and most of your streams, most of your videos, and most of the ad dollars that you get off of YouTube come from bashing LeBron James and not uplifting Michael Jordan if you're a real Jordan fan? And that's why I take it back to the clip I shared about Gilbert Arenas on DJ Vlad TV, where he said, real Jordan fans don't give two shits about LeBron James. Matter of fact, let me play that clip again for those of y'all that are just now tuning in.
That's what it is. It's stuck in a time where I don't even say most people are today are not basketball fans. They're player fans. They're just fan of a player, right? I like Michael Jordan. Okay, cool. What team do you like? Oh, I don't have a team.
The Bulls.
They don't even have a fucking Larry like the Bulls. It's Michael Jordan. I like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't have a team? No. Like Michael Jordan, he don't even play anymore. So who do you like now? Oh, this era's soft.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Is that? So you don't even watch basketball. You don't even watch basketball anymore, basically, because today's era is soft. So when I sit there and listen to people talk, all I hear is, you're not basketball fans. You're just anti-LeBron fan. You're just anti-LeBron. That's all this is. It's just, you're just anti-LeBron because he's being compared to Michael Jordan.
Facts. You're not basketball fans. You're not Jordan fans. You're just anti-LeBron. And salute to my guy Fontaine 5 Sports Central with the $2 super chat. He says, for a real one. Salute to you, bro, man. You definitely a real one, man. Y'all go check out my guy's channel, man. Real good content creator, man. And if you into sports betting, that's your guy right there, man. Salute to Fontaine, man. But that's the truth about it, man. That's the absolute truth about it. Absolute truth about it. They're not basketball fans. They're not real Jordan fans, because real Jordan fans believe Jordan is the GOAT and don't give a F about anybody else. They're anti-LeBron James fans. And don't worry, you guys will get your turn to speak. I'll be dropping the link in just a few moments, and you guys can share your thoughts with me. But it's real funny that these guys with the content creator channels, YouTube channels, NBA Twitter pages, they spend most of their time discussing LeBron James and not Michael Jordan. You would think their social media accounts, IG, Facebook, Twitter, would be filled with Jordan content. But it's all LeBron James hate. And contrary to what a lot of you guys believe, when these people end their live, when these people post their videos and log out, believe me, they're not LeBron James haters. They smile, they chuckle, they check their analytics, they check their earn page on YouTube to see when the next check is coming, and they smile and laugh. They smile and laugh because they know they just took you guys as some real suckers. Y'all smash that like button and share the video. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, the link to the Cash App is in the description and on your screen. Also, if you want to become an official member of the channel, the link to that is in the description as well. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link right now. You guys could come up here and feel free to share your thoughts, man. Are you a real Jordan fan that doesn't give two shits about who's number 2, who's number 3? Or are you a fake JDR, an anti-LeBronist? We know how to decipher between the two because like I said, I'm going to take it back to the football comparison. Tom Brady fans, Tom Brady, who most considered to be the GOAT when it comes to NFL football, you don't see Tom Brady fans all up under Patrick Mahomes' post. You don't hear Tom Brady fans bashing Joe Montana. They just believe Tom Brady is the GOAT, and that's it. And they keep it moving. They say 7 rings, Tom Brady the GOAT, and keep it moving. But anytime you bring up LeBron James, post about LeBron James, good or bad, you got all these JDRs, all these anti-LeBronists popping out the woodwork like some roaches if you hit the lights on in the projects. And here come all the LeBalco, 4 and 6. He's not the. If you didn't feel he was the GOAT, or you don't feel like he's the GOAT, you wouldn't entertain it. But there's something you're insecure about when you watch this man play basketball. There's something that you're insecure about, man. But we're going to get to the people. I just dropped the link, man. Got my guy Ayo is Comedy TV up here. Let me bring. Hey, yo, what it do?
What's good? What's good? How you feeling, G?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm blessed. I got some echo. Am I good?
No, you good. You good. I can hear you good, bro.
Okay. Yeah, bro. Just tapping in with the conversation, bro. Like I'm an '80s baby, raised in the '90s, and I just feel like it's just one of those things. Like I've witnessed that whole era of Michael Jordan and his mystique, everything, even growing up playing basketball, it was, wanting to be like Mike, right? But I'm a Bron guy. I like being able to understand the game of basketball now, being grown. I've been watching Bron since I was in high school, since he was in high school. And I'm just pro LeBron, just everything about LeBron, just as a basketball player. Now, when I say LeBron is my GOAT, it's subject. I'm just saying what I like, and I always say my GOAT because I know it's subjective. But as soon as I say who my GOAT is, you get the like they playing percussions. People act like they playing drums. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, but insecurity tends to holler like a dog barking, bro. And these people, they've eaten long enough off LeBron James' name. LeBron James has fed families, bro. His name alone has fed families. And you know what it is. It's literally saying LeBron James' name puts them in a position to possibly make money, to get views, to get clicks, to get likes. So he's more of a force, bro. Because like you say, these channels, if you look at the channels, if it's supposed to be a Kobe Twitter page or a Michael Jordan Twitter or some kind of page, all I see is LeBron did this, LeBron ain't did that. LeBron, I'm just like, both your player up, leave Bron out of it. If you don't like what he did, leave him. Everything your page should be doing is giving a love and praise to your player, period. But somehow Bron name always come up, and it comes up because of their insecurities, bro. Because you feel like he's a threat, and it's harder for you to accept it, so you deny it by spreading whatever. Sometimes it's lies, sometimes it's just this fake. I can't explain it, bro. It's like I open up my Twitter, bro, and I see it, and there's certain names that come up, and I be like, y'all got to do this today. Anything with the Olympics, Bron ain't giving the young players an opportunity to spread their wings. Why does it matter that LeBron is doing, like, playing the game of basketball? If y'all say y'all love a player that's in love with the game and the grind, why do y'all hate on somebody that's so consistent, so passionate about the game, and so great at the game? I mean, I don't fuss fight with him. I see it, I smirk, and I laugh.
Exactly. You see it, you smirk, you laugh, you keep it moving.
I keep it moving, bro.
Exactly. Something that these guys do not do. They'll see LeBron James post, and like I said, I see it all the time on my page. They reporting my post. They're in the comments crying, making accusations, all type of slanderous stuff. You know what I mean? They wanna attack you personally. If you're not bashing LeBron James, they will attack you. They will make a gazillion troll accounts to dislike your videos. And like you said, you look at it, you laugh, you keep it moving. Something that they don't do. And that's why I've came to the conclusion that these people are not Michael Jordan fans. They're just strictly anti-LeBron, bro. And I'm glad you said that. And I see the same accounts on Twitter. I see the same people on these YouTube streets. And like I said, you're absolutely right. These people have been greasing their pockets off LeBron James hate. Greasing their pockets.
And bro, and just to address somebody in the comments, Judah, whoever his name is, Judah. Look, my guy, yeah, he said my GOAT. Like me saying my GOAT, there's some kind of talk. Like whatever you're saying, bro, like I know the GOAT talk is subjective. There is no true GOAT to this basketball thing. It's subjective, my guy. Like I don't see how people don't understand it. Like there are people prior to the Michael Jordan era that feel like there are players that's greater than Michael Jordan. Like, bro, it's all subjective. It's a matter of opinion. It's nothing that can be proven who's the true GOAT of basketball. Nothing. No matter how you slice it or dice it. No matter how you slice it or dice it, we could put up analytics, but it's still subjective. It's still subjective. So don't come over here talking all this clown crap.
That's like a nigga bashing you because you like vanilla ice cream.
Facts.
That's like a nigga bashing you because you like white Nikes.
Hey, bro. They got some clowns, bro. They got some clowns on like, bro. I could just tell, bro, that like some of these people, like I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm just built different, just based on the fact that I can respect everybody's opinion without feeling that their opinion is going to convolute or change how I feel about whoever I perceive or whoever I like as a player. I mean, and not one time did you hear me bash. Like I'm giving praise to my GOAT without bashing your GOAT. That's the difference between a LeBron fan and an anti-LeBron fan or a JDR or a Mama Night. I ain't got to bash none of them. I can give them praise or not even speak about them at all.
Facts.
So, that's crazy.
And like you said, I could give them praise. Like I said earlier in the stream, I'm an 80s baby. So my first memories of basketball were Michael Jordan. The first NBA finals that I watched that I have little memory of, small memories of, was the 91 finals. And all I can remember from the 91 finals is being at the house, being with my pops, being with my uncles, watching the game, watching Jordan switch hands in midair, layup, in slow-mo, on NBA, on NBC. That was my first memory of basketball.
Facts.
And from that point, as a kid in the 90s, Michael Jordan was it for me. Michael Jordan was it for me. When he won against the Blazers, when he won against the Suns, when he retired, came back, beat the Sonics, beat the Jazz twice, retired again. That was my basketball experience as a child in the 90s. Respect the hell out of it. Kobe Bryant came in. I loved Kobe. Laker fan, I loved Kobe. Watched his entire career. Ups and downs. Love and respect Kobe Bryant. I feel he is the greatest Laker of all time. Through and through. But I just happen to have LeBron James as my GOAT. You can agree with it, you can disagree with it. And like I said, when I have these conversations with real Michael Jordan fans, it's a real short conversation. They don't even entertain LeBron James when it comes to talking the GOAT. They just make their case for Michael Jordan and leave it there. That's all, bro. That's all. But for somebody to post a video and say, oh yeah, LeBron James, he scored 10 points, had 8 assists, 6 rebounds in 16 minutes against Puerto Rico. Here come all the JDRs. Here come all the anti-LeBronists. And it's personal attacks. It's reporting your page. It's disliking your content. Why? Because my opinion differs from yours. Do you not have the mental capacity to just speak about Jordan? Every day on these YouTube streets, there's a new anti-LeBron channel. And these hosts or content creators for these anti-LeBron channels either claim to be Kobe Bryant fans or, for the most part, claim to be Michael Jordan fans. But yet and still, you'll never see them making content or the bulk of their content be about Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. The bulk of their content, like I said, a 9-to-1 ratio, is about bashing LeBron James. And like I said, these guys have figured it out, thanks to the help of people like Skip Bayless, that you can create a whole business model and get paid to be a LeBron James hater. And that's why a lot of this hate, right, is forced. A lot of this hate is forced. A lot of these guys, they don't even really hate LeBron James when they hit sign out. A lot of these guys really don't hate LeBron James when they hit end live. A lot of these guys don't really hate LeBron James when they put their phone down or they close their laptop. They just figured out that it's a great business model that I could grease my pockets off of LeBron James hate, and I won't even have to send the man a birthday gift. I won't even have to send the man a Christmas card. None of that.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. Look, I want to, like, I saw something the other day, bro, on a particular content creator's channel where they wanted to bash LeBron so bad because he didn't speak out on the idea of that boxing situation in the women's boxing match. It was just like, well, why didn't Braun speak out on this woman, or what supposedly wasn't a woman fighting this other young lady? And I was just like, y'all want him to speak out on everything? Now, come on, dude. Like, and only to come to find out that it wasn't a trans woman. This really was a real woman, a born woman, like,
female,
yeah,
with,
a born
with
female,
born
right?
female parts. You are absolutely correct,
dude. I seen that, and not only, but I checked back just to see, like, okay, is he gonna address it and come back and apologize to about getting that wrong, or trying to inflate or flare up a situation that shouldn't have been flared up? And not nothing on the channel, nothing addressing the situation, no nothing. I'm just like, bro, nah, that's fake to me. That's fake. You just needed some clicks. You just needed some clicks, and y'all just wrong. Like, I never hear y'all address when y'all wrong. I never hear you come back and say, you know what, I messed up. You know what, I owe LeBron James an apology. I owe Steph Curry an apology for this particular situation. I don't see it, but that just goes to show you, bro. If they can flare up or instigate a situation for their particular followers or subscribers, that's where the juice is for them, just to ignite something and start.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's that's crazy to me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hold that thought. Hold that thought, Ao. And shout out to Ao's comedy TV, man. He got a great channel on Instagram, man. Make sure to drop your Instagram channel on there, bro. You be having me cracking up on your IG, bro. Salute
Man,
to
I
you, bro.
appreciate it, bro.
Ao's
I
comedy
appreciate that,
TV.
brother.
No problem, bro. You be having me cracking up, man. I got this man right here. I got this brother right here, Mingle Jester, man. What's up, bro? What do you got to say to this, man?
Nah, I ain't got really much to say. I mean, I actually agree with y'all on what y'all saying about not bashing other people because of their opinion or because of what they think is, you know what I'm saying, the goal or whatever the case may be, whatever basketball sports opinion that you have, why bash that person when, that's their opinion. That's how they feel. That's how they see it. Like me, for example, take me for example. I think Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I think he's the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball that I saw. And I mean, then you might have another person that come and say LeBron is the GOAT, or you might have another person that say it's Kareem. Then you got another person that says Bill Russell. Then somebody else may say it's Wilt Chamberlain. Like me personally, I done got out of arguing with people about who they think is what and what they think how the game look through their eyes. I done got out of arguing with people about that. I mean, your opinion is your opinion. It is what it is. Now, if we having a debate, that's different. If we
Right,
having a debate, then I'm gonna give my side, you give your side, and then that'll be that.
right.
But as far as me just sitting here trying to sway you or arguing with you or bashing your opinion or bashing LeBron or Kareem or whoever, nah, I'm not doing that no more. It is what it is.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's exactly what I meant, right? When I talk to real Jordan fans, and they say Jordan is the GOAT, and they give their reasons as to why they feel Michael Jordan is the GOAT. They state their reasons to why Michael Jordan is the GOAT, and they keep it at that. And that's it. They keep it moving. They say, because they're so confident in it that they're not entertaining who's number two. They're not entertaining who's number three, who's top five, who's top 10, or you know what I mean? You could say LeBron James is the second greatest of all time. And these people will bash you that you got LeBron James at second. Like, why is he so close to Jordan? So like I was saying, when I talk to real Jordan fans, they just give their opinion on why they feel Michael Jordan is the GOAT, and they keep it there. They keep it moving. They're not worried about LeBron James. They're not threatened by LeBron James. The thought of LeBron James doesn't make them feel insecure. They don't feel the need to go on 15 different YouTube videos, 15 different YouTube channels, and bash LeBron James or say this or say that. They just simply feel like Michael Jordan is the GOAT, and they make their case for Michael Jordan being the GOAT, and they keep it like that. And that's why I say those are the true Jordan fans. But these so-called JDRs, these anti-LeBronists who be cosplaying as Jordan fans, some of them cosplaying as Kobe Bryant fans, they're not like that. They'll go to extreme measures, extreme extents to bash, discredit, when they can simply be using that time to talk about Michael Jordan being the GOAT and keep it straight like that. I got my brother Blue Bolt Sports Observer and Politics. I want to bring him up here. Blue Bolt, what's up, bro? How you feeling, man? What you got on this?
Oh man, well, salute to everybody, man. Salute to AO, Mingle and everything. Salute to everybody, man. You know what I mean? This is a good conversation. This is a good rapport, you know what I mean, between us and everything, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, I appreciate the channel. I'm enjoying the content moves, bro. I like it. I like
No
it a lot,
problem, bro. I
man.
appreciate
No
you
doubt, man.
sliding
So,
tape.
yeah, man, like everybody said, man, it's just, the whole thing is like, it's becoming basketball tribalism almost. You know what I mean? Because it's like you got one side over here, and you got another side over there, and everything, right? And my position is like, I'm like you. I started watching basketball in the 80s, late 80s, man. I caught it on the tail end of the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird era, just when the Bad Boys was at their peak, and just when Michael Jordan started to ascend. He started to ascend, and he started to started to become that dominant force, right? So, just like, long story short, I'm like you, man. Like, the first finals I watched was the year before 91 finals. The last championship the Bad Boys won, 1990, against the Portland Trailblazers, you know what I mean? And then, the NBA on NBC came along, and, you saw that national explosion the year later with the Magic Johnson Lakers and the Michael Jordan and the Bulls in the finals and everything, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, this is what it's about. You know what I mean? I was the 80s baby, came up in the 90s, you know what I mean? And long story short, I watched every finals, Michael Jordan been in, But my team is the Orlando Magic. I started to adopt the Orlando Magic, you know what I mean? Because I became a basketball fan, period, in the late 80s. I became a basketball fan, period, during the late 80s, man, you know what I mean? And, just so happens that Michael Jordan was my favorite player, and my favorite team was the Orlando Magic, But then, as Jordan retired, me being a Magic fan, you know what I mean? I started to, other players started to catch my eye because I was a fan of the game, I was a huge fan of the game, you know what I mean? And it's like, Kobe had his run and everything. Tim Duncan had his run. Of course, you had Shaq. You know what I mean? Then LeBron James comes along, you know what I mean? This force, another force of nature, you know what I mean? That, I said, this guy gonna stake his claim before it's all said and done, But I'm starting to see a trend, man, here, you know what I mean? It's like the Michael Jordan fans are becoming the very thing they accuse LeBron James fans of. Over-romanticizing his career, over-exaggerating his career. You got Michael Jordan fans, so-called Jordan fans out here right now, disrespecting Scottie Pippen for the sake of diminishing LeBron. Straight up. You know what I mean? It don't make sense. It don't make sense, man. And I blame Skip Bayless. I blame Stephen A. Smith. I blame these clowns, Ron Parker on TV. You know what I mean? Thinking they know the game, thinking they know the sport, and all that BS, all that jazz. And then you got guys, I'm gonna name them too. Ticket TV, basketball, sports, and fitness, that clown, right? Too Raw for Sports and all that guy. Prince Sports, Big Lane TV, Big Dave TV, Black and White Sports. All these clowns, man. They think they know what their word is bond. They think they know what their word is bond, their word is law. You know what I mean? And they're so-called Michael Jordan fans, right? But like you said, half of their content is them diminishing LeBron. If LeBron was so irrelevant to you, LeBron was just this garbage player, why even bring him up? Why even bring this dude up? You know what I mean? Like, every time they comment, I'll be sad, this dude Prince Sports, you know what I mean? Go to his page. I don't give a damn if he gets upset with me or not. Hey, all that laptop gangster crap, that shit don't impress me. So sorry for the freshman, that don't impress me, man. Go to his page. He could be talking about something like USA basketball. For whatever reason, he brings up LeBron. Another topic in the video, he brings up LeBron every time, man. Like, they like sheep. They like straight up sheep, man. And it's like, they fabricate BS just to slander this dude. And it's come so bad where now, all of that is went straight to his kid, straight to LeBron James. I'm like, yeah, and it's crazy, man. And it's BS to me, man. It's always BS, man. You got, and I question these guys. I question these guys' character, man, straight up. I really question these guys' character, man, because for you to just and make up all these stories and everything. Like, a lot of these guys, they're Uncle Toms, man. Let's call it for what it is. They're real straight up Uncle Toms, man. Straight up. I mean, it's one thing to criticize somebody because they had a bad game or they had a bad stretch of games. They go as far as to, make it personal. And then, then they, put that on you. They put that on you and everything. They contact that on you, calling you out, saying you a D-rider, you're all this, that, and the third, you're a broad sexual. Like, all the personal attacks, oh, you slurping and dude. Like, I don't understand why some of these guys think that we're supposed to be, moved by these laptop gangsterisms. Because that's what it is, laptop gangsterisms, man. You know what I mean? And you got a lot of clowns on Players' Choice that are anti-LeBron too. Especially this guy, Big Ox Sports. He told me, this guy said, LeBron can never be in the greatest conversation because he moved to Miami. What do you think? What y'all guys think of that BS statement?
It's not tangible, man, and that's what I'm saying, right? And this is the topic of the video, man. Real Michael Jordan fans don't give two shits about LeBron James. They're so secure in Michael Jordan being the GOAT. They don't got time to go back and forth with a LeBron James fan. They don't have time to comment on every single post about LeBron James, every video about LeBron James. They simply believe Jordan is the GOAT. They make their case for Jordan being the GOAT, and they keep it moving.
They leave it at that.
And they keep it moving, man. And it's real crazy, right? It's real crazy. Not to cut you off or nothing, Blue Bolt, but it's real crazy that it's like you said, they'll make personal attacks, they'll bash you, they'll call you a D-rider for simply you having your own personal opinion,
a different perspective,
or personal choice, and you have your flavor. Like some people like strawberry shortcake, some people like cheesecake, some people like key lime pie.
Right, and some people like luxury cars. Like some people are Ford people, some people are Buick, some people are Nissan. Not everybody's gonna have gonna move the same with the same vibe. You understand what I'm saying?
Everybody don't have the same
vibe, man. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's like you bashing one guy because you got a problem with dude because he has a different outlook, different perspective on the game of basketball, man. Like, I mean, it's crazy, man. Like, and these takes, man, it's like they getting old, man. It's been going on for years on YouTube. It all started with this guy, Bruce Blitz, if y'all don't remember. And then half of these guys, this is the killing part, half of these guys used to be so-called LeBron fans that are making negative comments.
Right about that.
They used to be so-called LeBron fans, and now one guy said he got LeBron over Kobe, but because he can't stand his fans, he said he moved LeBron down and put Kobe in the spot.
Come on, it's not tangible.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
It's crazy, man. Hold that thought for me, Blue Ball Sports.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm about to get to my man, Twin Man. Twin Man, what's up, man? Appreciate you joining the stream, man. What you got on this, bro?
So what it is that, and this is just what I know, but 41, I'm not going to pretend like I watched basketball in the 80s, but I really got into it as a young man in the 90s and especially in the 2000s. But with technology, I've been able to go back and watch all the games and things like that. And I already had my opinion of Michael Jordan, even when as a young man, just growing up watching him play. I always thought he was great, but I always thought his career was overblown, in my opinion. That was just my opinion.
Hold on 1 second, Twin Man. Blue Ball, can you mute your mic for me 1 second, man? We getting some playback. Appreciate you, bro. Go ahead, Twin Man.
But I could understand why people was like, Jordan's the GOAT. And I never really argued against it. You really couldn't. In my opinion, I didn't think he was better than Kareem, but I could understand again why people had that opinion until LeBron James came along. So for me, it's about how Jordan fans rewrite history. and how they like you said, exaggerate the era he played in or exaggerate his career. And it's like that's for me, it diminishes his career. Like they make it seem like he was playing 1-on-5 out there. And it's like, no, he really had a great team, a great coach, a great system. And that's not a knock on him. You see what I'm saying? People make it seem like when a LeBron fan like me says that, you're trying to knock Jordan. No, we're just sitting here saying, stop making it seem like he was just out there, him against the world, winning championships. He had, if not the best Robin ever in Scottie Pippen. Like, let's be real here. You had an all NBA caliber player, an all defensive caliber player, a player that was actually in the MVP race a couple of times. You had some of the best shooters ever on your team, statistically speaking. Like, but they're discredited to uplift him. So it's like when you actually start putting things into context, that's when people like to attack you and call you names, because it's like no context can be put. Context must be put on everybody else, but you can't put context on Jordan's career. You can't do it, because if you do it, you're immediately deemed a hater, and it's just not right. That's where the vitriol comes into place. I keep the same energy for every player, even as a LeBron James fan. I just don't go to the extremes people want me to do when it goes to LeBron. That's where people get mad at me, because they're like, oh, well, he choked in 2011. Nah, he played bad, but I wouldn't say he choked. He came up against. No, he was supposed to beat Dallas. According to what? According to what? And then it goes from there. Then he was supposed to beat the San Antonio Spurs in 07, but he didn't have the better team. And when he had a better team, he beat them. Same thing with Golden State. He beat them. And then you ask simple questions. Why didn't Jordan win in 88 or 89? He had a decent team. Then they'll diminish his teammates. You see what I'm saying? And then it gets back to what I originally said. You need a team to win. So that it's just, they don't want to accept the fact that somebody actually can and can really, I'm not going to even say challenge Jordan, because if you have Jordan as the GOAT, I'm not going to change your mind. But they're mad at the fact that someone would actually sit here and say someone is the greatest outside of him. That's why they're mad. Let's be real.
And like you said, bro, it really makes no sense. And that's why I go back to the topic at hand. Like, real Jordan fans, they don't really give two shits about LeBron James. They don't give two shits about LeBron James's career. They don't discuss anything past Jordan because they view Jordan as the GOAT. So what is there to discuss for them? They'll make their case to why Jordan is the GOAT, and they'll keep it at that. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like, everybody up here has all agreed to AO, Mingle Jester, Blue Bolt. All of us, we've all agreed to. This is all subjective. This is all what you like personally. You know what I mean? But then where these anti-LeBronists,
you can't tell Kareem's not the best. I have an uncle. You can't tell him Kareem Abdul-Jabbar isn't the best basketball player ever. He's not going to care what you say. You see what I'm saying? He's not going to care what you say. He's not. Only thing going to sit here and he's going to say one thing: nobody can touch the sky hook. That's it. He's not going to argue with you after that.
Exactly.
But see, this is the thing though. This is where we're probably going to differ. There's certain things that are fact, and there's certain things that are subjective. Now, I will agree with you. A lot of it is subjective. It's your preference. But some of this stuff they be saying, bro, it's insane. So, for example, I've heard from 2003 all the way to now, LeBron James isn't clutch. That's not even subjective. That's a lie.
Exactly.
I've heard LeBron James afraid. I've heard LeBron James can't shoot. That's a lie. I heard LeBron James. I heard LeBron James is afraid of the moment, which is a lie. I've heard LeBron James LeBron James, when it's all said and done, he doesn't really have that the mentality of a winner. Then I said, so how does somebody with 4 championships doesn't have the mentality of a winner? And then they'll say because he
that's
lost
crazy
six.
you say that, right? Not to cut you off, right, bro? That's crazy you said that, because that's going back to my point on where this all started, where those talking points started, right? It started
Skip
with
Bayless,
Skip Bayless
Stephen
being
A.
a
Smith.
anti-LeBronist. And,
Oh,
and here's the thing, here's the downside to that, right? Because honestly, right? There's a psychological saying, right? Where it says that if you repeat something so much over and over and over again, people will accept it as truth. And that's something
fact.
that Skip Bayless has adopted. That's something that even I don't get into politics. I'm not a politic guy, but you'll see people like politicians like a former President Trump or current President Joe Biden. Politicians use these tactics. They'll throw out fake stats on polls, fake numbers, or they'll say they did something, accomplished something while they were in Congress or the Senate or in the White House, and it'll be a complete lie. But they'll say it so much that their constituents take it as fact. You know what I mean? And I remember years ago, I think it was during the 2012 NBA Finals, and it was Mark Cuban, who's the owner of the Dallas Mavericks at the time. He called Skip Bayless out on this on national TV. I think there might be a clip out there on YouTube, but Mark Cuban called this out on national TV right in front of Skip Bayless's face and told him, like, no, the better team wins. You prepare, you study, you go out there, you perform, and the better team wins. All this stuff about the pressure or excruciating pressure, or he's not ready for the moment, or this is all journalist talk. This is all started with columnists, people like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith used to be a columnist. Skip Bayless used to be a columnist. They never used to be on TV before that era. So to make something come alive, to make their print come alive, to make their newspapers come alive, they would use color based or visionary based or words and adjectives and adverbs to paint a picture of a game or to paint a picture of a player. So when Skip Bayless came on years telling you guys LeBron James isn't clutch, that just isn't true. We have
Right?
tape and we have stats.
Like,
Say,
for
bro,
real,
they don't
bro.
like evidence. They don't like the evidence,
Right.
bro. When you
Right? Or
present
even
the evidence, bro,
or even
that's
for Michael
crazy.
Jordan's case, right? For Michael Jordan's case, right? They'll say, oh, Jordan in 95, he choked. On the contrary, right? If you let me play devil's advocate, they'll say Jordan choked in 95. Or they'll say he wasn't ready or he was rusty. No, the better team that in that series was the Orlando Magic. And they beat the Chicago Bulls.
And this is why I say, as big of a Michael Jordan fan as I am, he's a blessing and a curse at the same time. He's a blessing because we got to see him being a dominant force, him winning 6 out of 8. You know what I mean? But then again, it screwed up so many people's minds with casuals that they think one man can be a difference maker, one man can win championships, and fuck the teammates.
Exactly.
Am I lying?
Exactly. And that goes to the point where what I was watching on Friday night on Go James Kingdom stream, and he was absolutely right. It's because during that time we didn't have 24-hour sports news cycles. A lot of people were not watching full games. A lot of people were not watching games through the weekdays. They were
A lot of
watching
people, a lot of,
Sports Center. So you were
right, a
watching
lot
the
of people,
highlights. You were watching you were not watching, like, even when it comes to Dream Team talk, you were not watching Jordan on the Dream Team shoot 21% from three-point
right,
land, be
right,
the second most in points on that team. No, you were seeing Magic Johnson throw it behind his head to Jordan and him dunk it. You were seeing
right,
Jordan on the podium with the goatee and the little Barcelona things around their head and the gold medals. You were seeing the
right.
pat. It's the same thing. Like I said, even though I watched my first memory of basketball was watching the 91 finals. And like I said, the only thing I could remember from the 91 finals was seeing the slow motion replay of Jordan switching hands
Jordan
in the
the
air.
switching the hand layup. And another point too, back then, there wasn't no league pass, there wasn't no inside the NBA, there wasn't no NBA TV. You know what I mean? There wasn't really no access to like every 28, 29, 30 teams, whatever, right? It was just
Exactly.
everything was on that,
If you
everything
didn't
was on
live in a
national
certain
TV.
city, if you
Yeah,
didn't live in a certain city, you weren't getting that game. You were not watching the
right,
Utah Jazz on a Monday night. You were
You
not
saw what
watching
you
the
saw.
Phoenix Suns on a Tuesday night. You were not
right.
watching the Dallas Mavericks on a Wednesday night. You
You
were
see,
watching NBA on NBC on Saturday afternoons, Saturday evenings, Sunday afternoons, and in the
Inside
week
stuff.
you might watch a game on TBS. You might watch a game on
TNT,
TNT, a national televised
TNT.
game. But that's
And
it.
a lot of the games came up.
It was in
Yeah,
the
that's
area.
what I was about to say. WGN Chicago, Prism in Philly, Sun
Or even
Network in
with that
Miami.
WGN, right? And I brought this up on
Yeah,
that stream. You know what I mean? Even with WGN, right? If you didn't,
yeah,
if you lived outside of Chicago, you was getting that WGN Bulls game on a
right,
Saturday night. On
right,
a Saturday
right.
night.
And I'm here in Ohio. The thing with us was WOIO or WUAB. That was the channels that broadcast the Cleveland Cavaliers games back in the day. So
Exactly.
we didn't, the only time people saw the Bulls or people saw the Lakers or the 76ers or the New York Knicks.
Was in the playoffs and the finals, or if they were coming to your town.
Exactly. Let me bring up my guy. I don't know what happened. Damn.
That's my, oh shit.
Go ahead, bro. We can hear you now.
Nah, say, I'm about to head up out of here, man. Salute to everybody, man. This is a good conversation.
Salute to you, man. Appreciate you sliding through,
Man.
Boo Boat.
All right. Peace to it, man. Peace, AO Comedy for sure.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro.
Take it easy.
But yeah, like I was saying, you weren't getting these games, or you weren't people, the media then wasn't breaking down your misses. It wasn't a post-game show right after the game. No, you were watching Sports Center. You would watch a 90-second highlight clip. They would run the score on the ticker, and that was pretty much it. So, and during that time, and this is what I don't like about these JDRs and the anti-LeBrons. Your ridicule of LeBron James, your bashing of LeBron James has caused people from this era to go back in time, to go pull the tapes, to go pull the full games, to really dissect that era of the 90s, to really dissect that era where Michael Jordan dominated and won 6 out of 8 rings. So now people are seeing stuff. Now people are comparing stuff. Now that's where the comparison comes in. And to their own detriment, they end up bashing Michael Jordan's teammates to uplift Michael Jordan when they don't realize that's working against him.
That's crazy, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, the Pippen slander, bro. To me, that's insane, bro. That's insane because Pippen, he did what he was supposed to do, bro. And for him
Right.
not to get the credit, to me, for him not to get the credit that he deserves, bro. That's what I can't even get mad at him for feeling some type of way, bro. Because this this being that Michael Jordan has become, this mythological being, right? Has now even with him giving him credit, saying, there's no Michael without Scotty. That's credit. But the fans, these fanboys, will literally diminish who Scottie Pippen was. Like he wasn't their best defender, perimeter defender. Like I get Mike was a great defender, but come on, he wasn't. Let's be real.
He
What
wasn't
Scotty
better than
was on
Scotty.
defense, bro. What Scotty was on defense, bro. That's unfair, dog. Bro, it's ridiculous. But for you not to give the man his credit and act like them
Bro,
6
you
championships
got to think about
wasn't.
it. The argument they make against LeBron is he had all these great teammates. So anybody who knows anything about basketball, you sit there and you're gonna first reaction you're gonna say is, especially me as a LeBron fan, is why are you acting like Jordan didn't have great teammates? Like, why are you pretending? No, he didn't have great teammates. What are you talking about? So you'll say he had Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Dennis Rodman, Steve Kerr, BJ Armstrong, Paxton. What are you talking about? He had great teammates. Why are you acting like he
And
didn't have
and
great?
the coach. Let's not forget the
And,
coach.
right, I feel you. But then he be like, nah, they was borderline. They was trash. How was they trash? We talking. I think Steve Kerr and I think it's either Steve Kerr or Paxton or Steve Kerr and BJ Armstrong have I think it's career 3-point percentage of like 50%, something crazy. It's something crazy they have, bro. And it's like, what are y'all talking about? They like, he had Shaq. They like, LeBron had Shaq. I'm like, he didn't have Shaq in his prime. He had D Wade. D Wade started breaking down. I mean, they gave him Kevin Love. Kevin Love never made the playoffs until he played with LeBron James. Kyrie never made the playoffs until he played with LeBron James. Now,
Man, LeBron didn't
again,
have Shaq. He had Shaquille. That wasn't
taking nothing away from the players I just named, they make it seem like they look at like Kevin Love when he was in Minnesota. He was great, but he never made the playoffs. So they're like, oh, he had that guy. So what? What did he do? He accomplished nothing. Kyrie was a lottery pick and did what with the Cleveland Cavaliers? They look at Kyrie now and they're like, he had that guy. But y'all not, again, they don't put any context on it. So when you start putting context on it, it's like it starts to make you just look like a hater. It just really makes you look like a hater. Like, because you're making it seem like great teams don't win championships. I am a LeBron James fan. I understand LeBron James is a difference maker, but I know he's not winning a championship by himself. You know why? Because you need to be able to outscore the other opponent. You need to be able to stop the other opponent from scoring. So if you can stop your man and nobody else can do it, you're going to lose. And you
And
know
that's
whose
so
career that
crazy.
was? You know who career that was? That was Jordan's career in the 80s. Like, people don't realize that.
That's crazy. It's really crazy. And like, it's really crazy because it takes away the appreciation that we should have for Michael Jordan, and not just Michael Jordan by himself, that entire Chicago Bulls organization, because that entire Chicago Bulls organization, when they started to win championships, before they were winning championships, that Eastern Conference run, it was great structural organization. They had a solid owner. They had one of the best GMs, if not GMs, of that period. He had a great eye for talent. He had a great coach with a great coaching system that fit the players. I mean, you had Tony Kukoc come over. I remember being a kid in the 90s when Tony Kukoc came over to the NBA. He was labeled the European Michael Jordan. You feel me?
Right.
They had Rodman after the 95 season going into 96. They got Rodman. Before then, they had Horace Grant. You seen the impact Horace Grant had on those Orlando Magic teams when he teamed up with Shaq and Penny. They got past the Bulls. They made an NBA Finals. You seen what type of team that Chicago Bulls team was in 94 when Michael Jordan was not there. They were one game, a few moments, a play here, a play there, away from an Eastern Conference final. Like, Come on. And they lost to the eventual team that went to the NBA Finals in the New York Knicks. So it's like when you try to bash Jordan's teammates, when you try to bash his organization, you're really diminishing Michael Jordan, and you're giving these people the opportunity to go back in time, to go pull the tapes. Salute to Lamont. I see you up in here. FYF Sports Debate. Now we can watch games in the 88 season where he won Defensive Player of the Year, and we say, hold up, I only counted 6 steals. How did he get 10 steals in this game? You're able to do that when you bash a Pippen, when you bash a Phil Jackson, when you bash a Jerry Krause, when you bash the rest of that squad. Then you give people ammunition and energy and motivation to say, hold on. During this era, we really couldn't watch the full games. We didn't watch the Bulls on a Monday night. We didn't watch the Bulls on a Tuesday night. Let's go back and look at these games. Now that we're seeing these games, we can see this. And I keep going back to this. My first memory of basketball, my first memory of the NBA was the 91 finals. And even though I remember being in the living room with my father, I remember being in the living room with my uncles and watching the 91 finals, the only memory I have in my head from the entire 91 finals is Michael Jordan at home flying in slow motion through the Lakers, switching hands midair.
Right.
So
Like,
it's like,
what other player in NBA history has had a media campaign like Michael Jordan? What other player? I'll wait, because people love to sit here and say the media is in the tank for LeBron. They absolutely are not. Does LeBron James have his defenders on TV? Absolutely, and I'm not gonna lie. But every last media outlet was in the tank for Michael Jordan. Period. If you went on TV, they were saying something positive about that man. I'm sorry, like to pretend like his entire persona wasn't manufactured is insane. It's just a lie at this point. It's just a lie. And I'm
and
not sitting
beyond
here
that,
saying
right?
to take
And
nothing away
beyond
from
that,
his
it wasn't
talent.
even just Michael Jordan. It was all the superstars of that era. It was like there was no bashing of the superstar. There was no
Right.
dissecting every shot missed. There was no dissecting every brick shot or every turnover, or there was none of that. Like I keep going back to this stream or whatever, but on Friday night, that stream that Go James Kingdom had, like, that was a great stream because he was absolutely right. It was like when you go back to that to the preludes of those games on NBA on NBC, it was more cinematic. It
It was
was
like a
more
daytime movie,
promoting
bro.
that product because the NBA hadn't reached its heights yet in terms of popularity, in terms of money generated, in terms of money made off merchandising. It didn't reach its peak yet. So all of the media around NBA was in a glamorous light. They were putting everybody in a glamorous light. Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal on the come up. Everybody was getting good media coverage. Everybody was getting good. There was no ripping, tearing down this superstar, comparing this person, saying, oh, he'll never be this. He's not that. He doesn't have a clutch gene. He's not built out for this. There was no cult-like fan bases. It was nothing like that. You were just appreciating the superstars, the players, the talent, the product on the TV, and the product on the court at that time.
Facts. Like, people don't realize a lot of the stuff that they talk about now was literally invented to diminish one player. I challenge anybody to go back to the 90s and ask them and find any coverage of them talking about your finals record. Go back. When they talk about Jerry West, how many finals did Jerry West go to and how many did he win? What do they say about Jerry West? An NBA champion. That's it. You don't hear that he's 1-9 or 1-8 in the finals. You don't hear that. You don't hear that. They just call that man an
one of
NBA
8, one of
champion.
9 was good enough to be the NBA logo.
But that's my point. You don't hear them. You didn't hear that until 2012. You don't hear these things. I never heard of a finals record until then. You just won championships. Like, there's just certain things, like, that's how I could tell, bro. Like, the hate was real. This man won, and the first thing Skip Bayless did was try to diminish this man's championship. The first thing you heard a lot of the media say is, oh, he'll never beat Jordan because he already has a finals loss. And it's like, who said all that? Like, where did all that come from?
Exactly. Hold that thought for me,
They
twin man.
immediately started trying to push that narrative. Like, why can't we just celebrate this player? Why can't he just be great? No, we have to make it seem like, again, you have a lot of people mad that he moved. Okay, you know what? I bet you Kevin Garnett wish he would have moved instead of staying with the Timberwolves all those years. I bet Ray Allen wish he would have moved instead of staying with the Supersonics all those years.
Come on, man. Kevin Garnett was being begged to leave Minnesota. I remember I was watching, I believe it was NBA on TNT. I could remember. I think it was the legendary John Thompson that sat down with an interview with Kevin Garnett. And everybody was asking the same question, like, why don't you just get out of Minnesota? And Kevin Garnett broke down crying in the interview. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere on YouTube. But I remember that. People were begging Kevin Garnett to leave. You know, but hold that thought for me 1 second, twin man. Ace 30, what up, brother? How you feeling?
Yo, salute everybody, man. Salute
Salute
twin
to you,
man.
bro. Appreciate you sliding through.
30?
Ayo, Mingle. Of course, Moose. Always have a good channel. Always doing the right thing.
Appreciate
But
you, bro.
nevertheless, I think the words of the day is accuracy and honesty, right? And the thing is, it's from fans to players' perspective. That's what it's about, in my opinion. The reason why there's been pushback from both sides of quote unquote anti-LeBron rhetoric to even hyperbolic of Jordan is just honesty. What people will do remember, they remember that feeling of what they experienced watching Jordan as little as they did during that time. So they associate that feeling with their perception of Jordan. That's why Jordan is penalized to this degree. Not just his greatness, but that's why he was penalized to that degree. I do want to bring context in terms of accuracy, which is the hate is necessary hate. It's a media ploy because it brings more attention. It brings more attention to the sport. So that's why you didn't see as much quote unquote hate or on a mainstream media like that back then, because that wasn't the agenda. It was the television boom in the 90s. Our goal was to push these sneakers, push these products, because that's the main thing that's going to get us paid. To be honest with you, you can also go back and listen to certain commentators, read some articles about players that they were honest about their failures too. That's the thing, like their failures wasn't weaponized against, like, to bring the player down. Instead, it brought more context to their greatness. Because when I was learning about Jerry West, when I was told by Jerry West by my OGs, him losing to the Celtics is part of his story. The problem is the perception of Jordan is that 8-year run from 90s to 98. That's pivotal because people don't like the truth and the honesty that Jordan had to go through his growing pains in the 80s. There is no perfect career. That's why there's a huge disparity in terms of how Michael Jordan talks about his own career versus his fans and other media pundits talk about his career.
Facts.
And that's what it is. This is the honesty and the accuracy, because so, man, I do disagree with you in this aspect. The Heat weren't good enough to beat the Mavericks. Like, listen, we're not going. They weren't good enough to beat the Mavericks in 2011. But part of LeBron's story is the fact that he had to endure that failure to become great. That's what great players do. So I get it from a standpoint of there's might be extremes or people just only use that to say, see, look, he's not perfect, he's not this, that, and the third. But two things about that: one, it's profitable. That's why people do it. But it's not just profitable for them And from an individual standpoint, it was also profitable for the sport in general because there's more narratives, more storylines. The reason why the WNBA has been growing in attention lately because there's more storylines. And the same thing the NBA. The NBA lives off that. That's why they understand. That's why they since the 80s they understood this. So it to me it is they built this thing of comparison. But nevertheless, like to be honest with you, the way the media pushed Jordan, they use the same tactics with LeBron as well. The difference is
Absolutely not, Sturdy.
for
That is
hate
not
isn't as
true, bro.
free as it was today in comparison back then. That's the difference. But best believe they use the same tactics, the same exact tactics.
And
They're the faces of the league.
it's beyond the media, right? Because I
Players
don't
that's
know
been
if you just
honestly
now
the
tuning
faces of
in,
the
but
NBA.
I'm a circle it back, right? I'm a circle it back, right?
All of them, the NBA did something. They either all of them have in common. They all took advantage of the rules back then. They all had the commissioner backing them, and most importantly, they style of play impact was so far above everyone of their time. NBA had no choice but to push them as the face of the league because they needed to. So all I'm saying with all this is just wraps all this up. It's honestly accuracy. The problem is a lot of 90s fans and Jordan fans aren't accurate, honest with themselves to say, I don't remember specific things. Let me go back and do my research before I just tell you a hyperbolic story. And another reason I came up here too, like it's the same side of LeBron's fans too. Like when people mention the fact that Kyrie and Kevin Love never made the playoffs before they got with LeBron and the Cavs, to me that's irrelevant. What did they do with the dude? Both sides being each other's teammates as if it's something that'll make their play look better. But you don't need
But Sturdy, I said what I said to bring context to the.
So to me, the real problem is the lack of appreciation for the role players, and that's what happens when the transition. You go from a person being a fan of a team versus a fan of individual players.
Exactly, and that's why I want to circle it back real quick to the topic at hand, right, bro?
Like, there's not really that many. There's still fans of teams, but like the fan of individual players is like it's damn near even.
Exactly, bro. We've come to a time where we live in an era now where guys is not fans of teams. Guys is just
perception
fans
of Jordan
of
isn't
players.
accurate, and people are just not honest about their memory of that. It's okay. I'm a 2000s fan. I think 2000s is the greatest era for football and basketball. But I don't lie and say, nah, if I don't remember a game, I'm just like, you know what? I vaguely remember this, but I have no problem going back and watching. Jordan fans don't do that.
No, you absolutely right. You absolutely right, bro. And that's why I want to swing it back here, right? I want to swing it back to the topic. And it was something, it's just something I've been seeing on my channel. It's something I've been seeing on these YouTube streets. It's something I've been seeing on NBA Twitter. And it really dawned on me when I came across this Gilbert Arenas interview today on Vlad TV. And I'm gonna run it back. Just for those who missed it, I want to run it back real quick.
That's what it is. It's stuck in a time where I don't even say most people today are not basketball fans. They're player fans. They're just fan of a player, right? I like Michael Jordan. Okay, cool. What team do you like? Oh, I don't have a team.
The Bulls.
They don't even have a fucking Larry like the Bulls. It's Michael Jordan. I like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't have a team? No. Like Michael Jordan, he don't even play anymore. So who do you like now? Oh, this era's soft.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
So you don't even watch basketball. You don't even watch basketball anymore, basically, because today's era is soft. So when I sit there and listen to people talk, all I hear is, you're not basketball fans. You're just anti-LeBron fan. You're just anti-LeBron. That's all this is. It's just, you're just anti-LeBron because he's being compared to Michael Jordan.
And that's what I want to circle it back to, bro.
At what point did I cut out? At what point did I cut out?
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to circle it back to, that clip right there, Gilbert Arenas saying that most of these so-called Jordan fans really are not really Jordan fans. They're just anti-LeBron fans. Because real Jordan fans, when you're having a GOAT debate or they're discussing Michael Jordan, it's okay, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. This is why I think he's the GOAT, and they leave it like that. But this whole cult-like movement of anytime you post a LeBron James or anytime I post LeBron on my channel, it's a gazillion fake Jordan fans who really, I believe, is just anti-LeBronists in your comment section bashing you, bashing your channel. They disliking, reporting pages. They screaming LeBalco. They doing all this stuff. And that's what I really wanted to circle back to. Like, there's a difference between being a Jordan fan and a lot of these so-called Jordan fans masquerading as Jordan fans, when in all actuality, it's just really anti-LeBron propaganda, anti-LeBron hate is what it comes down to.
Hey, Moose. Outside of it, being fake, right? Isn't it a good thing in a way? Like the fact that
Explain.
his thing, hate, hate is a strong emotion, man. It's an addicting emotion. You just shared multiple stories yourself during the stream how so many people go out their way just to leave their comment or go waste time in the day just to express how much they have hate for LeBron when you just mentioned him. That's profitable.
Exactly.
And I'll be honest with you, everybody has their lane. Like everybody, like if a fan wants to be an emotional fan, let him be an emotional fan. If I don't care about the X's and O's and I don't care about the certain nuances of the game, that's cool. That's just their lane. But like you do need to be authentic with it though.
Exactly. Exactly. And this is my point, right? If you're going on a gazillion channels, or if you're commenting on everything LeBron related and just unceremoniously bringing up Michael Jordan or this, are you threatened or do you feel insecure on your thinking that you feel Michael Jordan is the GOAT? Because if you're secure in your thought or your opinion that Michael Jordan is the GOAT, you wouldn't need a comment on everything LeBron James does to remind yourself or to argue with people that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. When, like I said, real Jordan fans, and like Gilbert said in that clip, real Jordan fans don't give two shits about who's second or who's third or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant. They just believe through and through, up and down, Michael Jordan's the GOAT and he's my GOAT for this, and they leave it at that.
Yeah.
But go ahead, guys. I'm gonna let you guys chime in. Sturdy, you go ahead.
No, I think also because y'all was talking about it earlier, the fact that it's just a change of the time, It's just in my opinion, this the reason why people are like that is because people become more educated of what's going on in the past. People starting to realize a certain perception of the 90s or a certain perception of a player isn't as accurate as people try to say it is. So, like you said earlier, like when you tell people, no, when people are motivated, they have so much hate to go back and watch those games to try to prove a point. They get educated. They get like the truth hits them right in the face. It's like bro, like it's no I no I analogize with Moose. It's like imagine the first time someone told you wrestling was fake.
I
How did
remember
you feel? No,
it.
like how did you feel? How did you feel?
You couldn't tell me wrestling was fake. The first time I heard somebody tell me wrestling was fake, it was a fight. It was a fight. I was 8 years old. Somebody told me, one of my cousins told me wrestling was fake.
Always a cousin. Always a cousin.
Boy, I ripped my wife beater off my chest and I was ready to rumble.
The betrayal of knowing that, of somebody telling you that, it was hard to believe, dog. I ain't lying.
That's what it is. Like I'll be honest. That's what it is. Those emotions, like that protecting, like nah, you're not taking this from me. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like that feeling. That's why there's the level of passion. So let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's be real. I'm sorry, bro.
Sir,
He is
the difference
when he
between
retires,
passion and
bro. When he retires, he's gonna be the consensus, and they know it.
And that's
That
the
is
part
their
that bothers them.
like think about it, bro. Like and from their perception, because like let's be honest, 20 man, Kareem don't get his respect because he became Muslim, and because of like he didn't like the media. That's what it is, right? People are not honest about how much influence the media has in terms of a player's perception, especially after they're retired, because media's on every day.
But hold on. That was my point on Friday. Everybody's opinion that they'll give you about Jordan is literally media driven, and they act like it's not. That's why I get so upset with it. Every time I hear about dominance, it's like, no, if we're talking the totality of someone's career, they have their spots. Yeah, Jordan had a great 6-year run, bro. But to say it's the greatest, to me, it's a stretch. I'm not mad if somebody does it, but to sit here and say it's the greatest is a stretch for me, especially when you know your basketball history. That's why it's like they diminish all-time greats to put this man on an untouchable pedestal, and it just needs to stop.
All right. Well, since you said that, twin man,
Even
let me ask you a quick question.
What?
He's about to admit it, Mingle. He's about to admit it, Mingle. Go ahead. Nah, you gotta finish
Go
that.
ahead. Go ahead.
You gotta finish that. So, man, you gotta finish that.
I've never sat here and said Jordan wasn't a great player. I've never said that. And nobody can ever sit here and say I've said that he's not a great player. But to say he's this unstoppable force, when I saw him get stopped so many times, people need to stop. Just lying. Just stop lying.
Okay.
That's my point.
Okay. Now I got a question for you. You just said that you don't think Jordan had the most dominant career ever, or whatever the case may be, as far as longevity wise. All right, well, let me ask you this question. Jordan played for 15 seasons. You name me another player 15 seasons had a more dominant stretch than Jordan did in the 15 seasons that he played.
Bill Russell.
No, he
Bill Russell.
No, he didn't. For rings wise, yes. But you said in totality. Your key word in that was in totality. That was your key word in your whole statement.
We're talking about the
totality
greatest
means everything. Everything.
Yeah, everything. Bill Russell won eight straight.
Yeah.
8 straight.
That's still rings. I said outside of rings, what else?
Outside of rings, he's the greatest defender ever.
He's the greatest defender ever.
The greatest defender ever. That's what I'm
and what
talking
are you basing
about.
This is where it get weird at. This is where it get weird at, because you go to championships. You go to championships and you count the championship. But to say Bill Russell is the greatest defender ever, what do you got to back that up?
The fact that he beat one of the most dominant players ever and kept him from rings in Will Chamberlain.
And so see.
Come on, bro. What are we talking about right now?
No, bro, you going back to my point. Jordan stopped a lot of guys from getting rings. What does that matter?
If Bill Russell's not there, how many championships does Wilt win?
Bro, Jordan stopped a lot of guys from winning championships. What does that matter? I mean, like, what are you?
I'm sorry. Did he stop Larry? Did he stop?
No, he didn't stop Larry. But he stopped playing. He stopped Charles Barkley. He stopped a lot of guys from winning championships. How many championships would I can ask the same question to you? How many championships would the Utah Jazz have if Jordan went there? How many championships would like most of these guys have if Jordan went there? Basically, my point is
how many times? So I can do the same thing with LeBron. How many times would the Pistons have gone back to the finals? Would the Celtics have gone back to the finals? Would the D-Rose Bulls have gone to the finals a couple of years? Would the Atlanta Hawks have gone to the finals a couple of years? Would the Toronto Raptors have gone to the finals a couple of years? Would Paul George and Roy Hibbert would have went to the finals a couple of years? I can do the same thing.
Some of them teams would have been no. Some of them would have been yes. Some of them would have been no.
D-Rose Bulls wouldn't have went to the finals if LeBron James didn't beat them?
I mean, I don't know. It's hypothetical. I don't know. Will they? I don't know.
We don't know because he beat him.
I don't know. I don't know. But my thing is, but basically, no, you're asking me a hypothetical question, and I'm answering that I don't know. But what I'm saying is,
And you can ask hypothetical questions, Mingo.
no, I can ask you a hypothetical question because Jordan
is
actually
Mingo.
stopped guys from winning championships. That's my point.
So did LeBron
Mingo.
James.
Your mic is cooking.
That's all I'm saying.
Mingo. Does Paul George have a championship?
No.
These are weird questions.
Does D Rose have a championship? Does DeMar DeRozan have a championship?
No.
East, like I can literally sit here and say the East was so trash because everybody started running west. They didn't want to play him. He owned that conference for a decade.
And that's funny you say that that's funny you say that. LeBron owned the conference for a decade. Jordan owned the whole league. That's the funny thing. That's the crazy part about it. A whole league.
8.
Yes, Isaiah 8. I'm saying it's a few guys 8. It's a few guys 8. Isaiah, Larry Bird, Isaiah, Larry Bird, and well, he wasn't
the
really.
Perfect example of what I'm talking about. Those
No.
6
You
years.
ain't let me finish. A couple of guys 8, but what I'm saying for the most part, he owned the whole league in the 90s. He literally ran the whole league in the 90s. That's what I'm saying.
This is my thing. We're talking
totality. I mean, besides Hakeem, who else won? Besides Hakeem, who else won?
We were just talking totality.
The Pistons and the Spurs won in the 90s.
Jordan was in 99. Jordan was pretty much done and over with in the 99. But
no, I'm just answering your question. I'm just answering your question. That's all. I'm just answering your question. Just answer your question. That's all I'm doing.
30. You notice how we went from talking totality to just now the 90s. I'm talking totalities. If we're talking totality, he did not own the league. He got his ass whooped in the 80s. And
I was saying in the 90s, though. That's what I was referring to because that's when we started winning the championship.
He just didn't play in the 90s. That's what I'm talking
about. I know he
about.
just didn't play in the 90s, but what I'm saying is he started winning his championships in the 90s.
Mingo,
is what I'm saying.
We kind of getting off track, yo. We kind of getting off track.
I was just going to nail
reel this in, man. I got my man Sports Talk Only up here. I want to get his take. I want to get his thoughts. Sports Talk Only. What up, bro? How you feeling on the topic at hand, man?
What's up, man? You hear me?
What's your thoughts on this, bro?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Go ahead.
All right. I was just saying what's up, but my thoughts on the topic is just, LeBron's entire career I've watched the majority of his career. Now I'm about to turn 25, so I'm really not that old, but I've seen enough of his career. I watched enough basketball, and let's just say I was 13 when LeBron was on the Heat. I'm about to turn 25, and this dude is still if you would have told me back then he would still be dominating the way, well, it's not the exact same, but you get what I'm saying. If you would have told me back then he would still be a top 5, top 10 player in the league, I would have thought you were on some kind of drug. The reason LeBron gets so much hate, and we all know this, is because most Jordan fans are insecure about him being a threat to Jordan. That's just the reality. This is why this is what they do. They take all of his negatives, take all of LeBron's negatives, pretend he has no positives, and then compare him to Jordan's positives and pretend Jordan had no negatives. And then say, oh, look, this is why Jordan's the GOAT. LeBron can never compare. That's what they do. So that's why he gets so much hate. That's why he's not, everything that they do and say is just to diminish him. And then now it's gotten to the point where I think Sturdy said they're looking back at all the footage and the film from the 80s and the 90s and going back and dissecting it. And now that the same energy is being kept, they can't take it. So that's how I look at it. And it's just been, especially since 2016, that's really when this shit really started. If I really look back, that's really when it started. Once he beat that 73 win team, that's when all the I ain't gonna say all the hate started because he was hated before then, but that's when people felt he really entered the discussion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's real interesting, right? I'm gonna say something to stir the pot, right? I'm gonna say something to stir the pot, right? And you know what happened in 2016 when he won that championship. You know who placed what kind of phone call when that
The Last
happened.
Dance.
All right, I'm gonna shut
Start
up.
my documentary, cuz. Start my documentary.
Hey, and I don't know if y'all remember this.
My documentary.
I don't know if y'all remember this, but there was a segment on Undisputed. It was in 2020, the night LeBron was going to win his 4th ring. Now the Heat ended up extending it to a Game 6, but on Undisputed, they were talking about re-releasing a Jordan film in theaters, Michael Jordan to the Max, an anniversary, the day he was supposed to win his 4th ring. Now, it came out. Oh no, it showed in theaters, but it came out in May 2000. And then they were saying it's coming out in October 2020 for its anniversary. But I'm like, okay, that's like me getting married today. What's today? August 5th, and then celebrating my anniversary next year on November the 5th.
Right.
But my point is just like they just insecure about it, and it's crazy because I just remember that you can't even find that segment no more. That's the crazy thing about it. But the night he was supposed to win his 4th ring, yeah, that it was Michael Jordan to the Max or something like that.
Wow,
Yo,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I
That's
don't remember
crazy.
that.
And
I'm
oh yeah,
glad
then
you said
Michael
that,
Jordan
bro. Go
Day.
ahead.
Michael Jordan Day. Let's not forget the night when he about to break Kareem record. Michael Jordan Day come out of nowhere.
That was real odd.
Yo, listen. We already know. Again, the media has been in cahoots to prop this man up for 30 fucking years. We're
No, they
not
haven't.
going to
That's a lie.
pretend that's not proof. What are we talking about here?
That's a lie, man. Come on, man. That's a lie.
They have done everything to prop.
No,
If Jordan went through
Bro,
the
that's a lie.
same media
Come on, bro.
era, if Jordan went through the same media era as LeBron James, and they could actually dissect his life the way they tried to do to LeBron James, he wouldn't even be a top 10 player.
Is you
The
serious?
only thing you ever hear bad about Jordan is gambling.
Bro, my
If they
homeboy sitting
actually
beside me. He said he needs
dissect
the
that
number to
man's
your
life
supplier.
the way they've done everybody else, bro.
No,
What are you talking
say
about?
something?
Is this serious?
Bro, do you understand how they've
Man, come on,
dissected
bro.
players'
You
lives?
No, Twin man. You gotta be.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna ask you an honest question.
Bro, I'm
Why?
say the entire media.
Why do you? Well, no. Why do you think that is, Twin man? Give me an honest answer.
First thing, I'm gonna give you my honest answer. My honest answer is look what they did to Kobe. Look what they did to Kobe. They didn't even have all the information and they destroyed this man's life. He had to make a comeback tour. Can you imagine if those players in the 80s and the things that they were doing was actually on Front Street every single day, 24 hours a day? Come on, let's be real here. Only thing they did is, like we already sat here and admitted, they talked about the game and their positives. They did not bash these players. They did not. Because they were trying to not only protect the league, but they were trying to protect the superstars. So if they actually dug into all these players, not just Jordan, all these players' lives, and tried to dissect every aspect of their lives, how many of these people would still be all-time greats, 30? Let's be real here.
But
a perfect example of that is Karl Malone, though.
Compare that. But you can't compare that because that's just different eras. That's just of our time. With social media, people not only favor transparency, but they demand it. They seek it. So it's just a different demand. Like to say you can't hold that against that era or Jordan for that or the media for that standpoint because that just wasn't that wasn't the marketing scheme.
You mean to tell me they couldn't take a picture of this man sitting in a casino and put it in the newspaper? Somehow, some way, they would know he was gambling all night, but you would never see a picture of it. If that was today, they would have saw pictures of Jordan smoking cigars, drinking liquor, feet up probably on the card table, all that shit. He don't take the game serious. They would have roasted him in this era, bro.
But what they would have roasted him only because it's profitable. So man, that's what I'm trying to be honest about this shit. It's profitable. It wasn't profitable to hate to this degree. It wasn't profitable to this degree. No, it wasn't profitable to this degree back then.
It
No,
wasn't
man.
profitable
You
to
cannot be
hate
no
players.
Skip Bayless. Can't be
It wasn't
no
profitable to
Skip
hate
Bayless back
players.
then.
You know,
No,
Hold
it
on.
wasn't cool.
Why?
It wasn't
You want to
profitable
know
to
why?
it was
hate
not
Because you would have
players.
profitable.
lost access. No, it wasn't. It wasn't because it wasn't profitable. You would have lost
Bro.
access.
No,
Period.
bro,
You would
like
have lost access to the league.
let's be real, bro. It's because he was no
Did
outlet
I
to make money
lie?
off of rhetoric like that. Not
Yo,
really.
Sturdy,
Like
is my statement a lie? If those reporters would have been doing what they're doing now, would they have lost access to the league back then?
what do you mean by doing what exactly? I just want to be.
Losing access to the league. If these beat reporters would have sat here and been writing scathing op-eds, now I'm not going to front like they never did, but it was usually about the game. But if they would have went on these after these players on a personal level, the way they do these players now, would they still have access to the league?
I'm being honest with you, bro. And shout out to Skip Bayless because when he did that to Troy Aikman, he ain't lose access to the league. I'm being real with you. You know what I'm talking about.
But y'all act like
It's,
y'all
it's
act like LeBron James is the only person
to
Skip
go.
Bayless really go at like that. Skip Bayless
He
go at
is.
everybody.
He is. Come
He
on now.
go
No,
he
no,
go
no,
at
no,
Not
no,
not the
no,
CEO.
way
Mingo,
he not the
Oh
way
no,
he go at
he's
LeBron.
not.
Mingo.
He's
Not
I'm,
the
not
way
I'm
he
like
go at
that.
saying, I'm
LeBron.
He's
saying,
not.
Literally,
no, no,
bro, he
Mingo.
literally
No
called
one's
bro.
saying,
Hold on, wait a minute,
Mingo.
wait a minute. He
I'm, I'm,
literally called Terrell Owens team obliterator. Like anytime somebody
Okay.
mentions something about Terrell Owens, he go off the deep end about it, saying all kind of crazy stuff about Terrell Owens. He do that about everybody that he don't like, not just LeBron. That's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying.
no,
he made his bones. I'm not
He's been
saying
talking
LeBron was
crap
the only
about
person
LeBron James
because
since ESPN went global, went actually national with cold pizza. He's been literally talking crap about LeBron James for 20 years.
And
What are
the
you
same
talking
thing
about,
with
Mingo?
Terrell Owens. What are we saying?
No, he didn't. He did not
Yes,
talk
he
Man,
about
you
did.
Terrell
can't
Owens
name another athlete
every
that's
single
hated
bro.
like
He
LeBron
did
is.
not say
Oh,
that,
oh,
Outside
bro.
of
Kobe.
He
Oh,
outside
Kobe.
of
he
outside
started
of
y'all gotta
calling him
stop
an
saying that. Y'all
obliterator
gotta
when he
stop
Oh,
went
saying
Kobe.
when he
Oh,
went to
Kobe.
modern
Easily
athlete,
Kobe.
no.
Easily
You gotta
Kobe.
stop
he
saying that.
started
The
You gotta
only
saying
stop
other
that
saying
my
guy
team
was like
yo
Floyd, and
Cowboys
That's
even
Kobe.
then,
yo
Easily Kobe.
that. Tiger Woods, bro. Like, y'all gotta stop this, bro. You gotta stop this.
I mean Tiger Woods'
Cause,
hate wasn't
cause
as
y'all
big as
keep saying
LeBron James' hate.
name the people
No,
that
that hate,
LeBron is the
bro.
most hated.
Moose,
But just as
moose.
much hate as
But
LeBron
I'm
get,
not
he
saying
get just
LeBron
as
James
much
was the only
love.
athlete that hated, but because I could tell you when the
wow.
tide turned as far as NBA players, and I'm gonna keep it to NBA players, right?
Okay.
When the tide turned in between when Michael Jordan retired and when LeBron James was coming into the league, and now 24 cycle media was coming into play, and you had things like ESPN's cold pizza and stuff like that. In the middle of that, the end of the end of Michael Jordan's career and the beginning of LeBron James's career, in the middle of that, you had the heavy influence of hip hop in the NBA. And that's when the tide turned. When you had guys like Allen Iverson coming in, and when you had guys like Rasheed Wallace coming in, that's when you started to see players that had a target on their back, whether it's with referees and the media, with Allen Iverson, guys like Rasheed Wallace. You remember the whole Portland Jail Blazers. You remember the whole
Oh yeah, I remember that.
how did the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
practice
yeah.
rant start? The whole practice rant started from the media stirring up mess with Allen Iverson. They're asking him about him missing practices in the off season.
And we
It was
talking about
literally
practice.
officially the off season for the 76ers when Allen Iverson went on that practice rant.
Not a
So it
game.
was
Not a
so it
game.
was in between that. But we got to be real. The level of scrutiny, the level of vitriol from the media or certain members, high-ranking members in the media. I'm not going to say the entire media, but I'm talking about the
People with
biggest
influence.
faces, when it comes to the 24-hour sports news cycle. And in this case, it's Skip Bayless. There's nobody that's faced the vitriol, scrutiny, negative attention, negative energy, the criticize, belittle every accomplishment that he meets than LeBron James. And that's the God's honest truth. Now, did Skip Bayless go after other guys? Hell yeah, he went after other guys in the NBA. He still does until he ran out of gas within the last couple of years. Football the same way. Tiger Woods, did Tiger Woods get it? Yeah, Tiger Woods got it, but Tiger Woods, it was really closeted until he ran into his scandal. When he ran into the scandal, it was a free for all for Tiger Woods.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Moose. It's like the fact that people label it as a scandal is like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the amount of crap like Tiger took just for that. It was crazy.
And
I
let's
didn't
keep
even
it
see
let's
the
keep it
big deal.
real.
Only big deal I saw was him
If
crashing
he
his
wasn't
car.
married to a white woman, right? If Tiger Woods wasn't married to a white woman, it
I thought
wouldn't
she
have
was
been
Asian.
labeled a scandal.
I thought she was Asian.
It wouldn't have been labeled a scandal. He wouldn't have went through what he went through. He wouldn't have, you know what I mean?
Right. I agree with that. I agree with the fact that it was, in my opinion, incorrectly labeled a scandal, bro. At the end of the day, that's between him and his wife. But again, he's a celebrity, so the news got hold of it. They was at the accident site, bro, with the truck into the pole, everything. You see what I'm saying? So it was like when this happened, they immediately was there, and it was like, oh my God, this is so scandalous. I'm like, this man was cheating on his wife. That ain't got nothing to do with us. What that got to do with golf? Nothing. It had nothing to do with golf at all. But they made it seem like now he can't be who he is because of this infidelity. That's what I'm saying. To pretend like the media doesn't have a gigantic push or a gigantic
Influence.
hold on what people really think about somebody else is just a lie. That's why it's easy for me to sit here and say what I say, because I literally lived through it like everybody else here lived through it. We saw the push in the 90s. We saw it. I'm from New York and saw the push in the 90s for one specific player if we're talking about the NBA. Yes. Did they have the TV melodrama where they would come up and they would sit here and do the whole thing and they would make it seem like, oh, this is going to be the battle of the Titans? Did they trash individual players? Absolutely not. But they still uplifted one specific and have a whole commercial campaign behind them as well. So let's not pretend again that this man hasn't been in your face for over 30 years with the media behind him.
I mean, he was great, but
That's
you
just a lie.
expect.
No, he's one of the face, bro. He's one of the faces of the league. Like I don't think you understand. Like that magnitude, the league built it off that. That's why Jordan gets mentioned so much. That's why Bird and Magic get mentioned all the time.
It's not a face of the
That's how
league.
the NBA make their bones. No, I just said that. I just said that's why you notice they always mention those four guys every time. All the time.
But
Because
the
they were
way
the
they
faces
did
of the
Will,
league.
come on, bro. The way they do
Yeah,
Isaiah,
we
it's
know why.
wrong.
We know why.
Hell, the way they did Scotty.
Yeah, that's crazy. Even till now,
That's fandom.
the
Yeah,
negative
that's fandom.
media that Scottie Pippen gets, it's real crazy. It's real crazy. You know what I mean? And it's like we can all agree, I'm sure, if we're being honest about it, the way Isaiah Thomas's career has been diminished is partly because of the media narrative. The media narrative on Isaiah Thomas, a Hall of Famer, a basketball great, somebody who beat a Bird in his prime, who beat a Magic, who beat Jordan, who won back-to-back rings. If he didn't have issues with Michael Jordan in this time, in this day and age, the perception of Isaiah Thomas would be greater. Isaiah Thomas would be ranked higher when people talk about greatest players of all time. if it wasn't for his issue with Michael Jordan, I can honestly say the consensus, the narrative around Isaiah Thomas would be highly different, much highly different. And did Jordan have his hand on that? I could say Jordan had his hand on that, but it was the media, the Jordan brand media, just like how there's people that feel like there's LeBron James defenders in the media, which there are, but the Jordan defenders in the media allowed there to be a narrative that diminishes Isaiah Thomas and diminishes Scottie Pippen. And we see it on a smaller scale here on these YouTube streets. So it's real wild, man.
I think Zeke get his props. I think when people do they top five PGs, he's like a consensus top five for most people. I think the thing that affects Isaiah's legacy because it was the perception of the bad boys. That's what it was. You got to remember, like as the bad boys ascended,
The perception
so
of the
was
bad boys in terms
yeah.
of the battles with the Bulls.
No.
Not just the totality
Hear me
of the
out.
perception of the bad boys, but just the
No.
perception
Hear me out. Hear me
of
out.
the bad boys along with the battles with the Bulls, along with the 92 Dream Team thing. There's that remnant of Michael Jordan and the media members that were pushed, that I wouldn't say pushing Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan was already being pushed and Michael Jordan already shot through the stratosphere. But I'm saying the media that was Michael, like his brand of media, the guys that were Michael Jordan could do no wrong in their eyes in the media. They allowed Isaiah Thomas careers to be diminished, and Scottie Pippen. And if you honestly, I'm being real honest. There's no other player on Isaiah Thomas's level whose career has been diminished like his. And you could say it's because of the bad boy Pistons, yeah, but it's the bad boy Pistons as it relates to the battles with Jordan, as it relates to Jordan not being able to get past this team, as it relates to once Jordan got past the Pistons, him not shaking their hands. It's relations of, they were hurting Michael Jordan. They were trying to injure Michael Jordan. That, and then along with the Dream Team, the whole Dream Team mess, that allowed the media to push a narrative to blanket Isaiah Thomas and as a whole, the Detroit Bad Boy Pistons. As a whole, the Detroit Pistons, the Bad Boy Pistons, don't get the love that they deserve in the basketball world and even outside of the basketball world when it comes to casuals of the basketball world. They don't give the Bad Boy Pistons their props. They don't give Isaiah Thomas their props. If there was a player like Isaiah Thomas who's accomplished what he's had, to win back-to-back championships, to go through a Bird, to go through a Magic, to go through Jordan, they would have a higher ranking when it comes to these subjective talks that we have about who's the greatest in basketball, when it comes to a top 10, when it comes to a top 15. Isaiah Thomas's story, his basketball story, would be different if that relationship, that negative relationship with Michael Jordan had been different.
That's his fault, though.
I think nah, amigo. I think it really started with the transition. As the bad boys ascended, you gotta remember Bird and Magic descended. Like you just mentioned, and I disagree to the point, like I'm not saying you're not wrong, that they have no contribution to it. That is part of their legacy, the bad boys, but it was more so Zeke get his props for that reason you just mentioned. The first things people talk about Zeke is that he beat Jordan, he
Amongst
beat Bird,
us,
he beat
like
Magic.
amongst diehard
No.
basketball people,
Even amongst casuals, that's one of the first things you know about. He associated with the bad boys, beat Bird, beat Magic, beat Jordan. That's like the main thing people talk about. And to be honest with you, for me, a person who's still a student of the game, learning more about Zeke, what I know about Zeke, it kind of diminishes who he was as a player. How he had to adjust his game to not be as so much as a dynamic offensive player to being more facilitated because of the team he had. The fact that he's an extremely underrated athlete. That don't get talked about because remember, the league in that transition did not want the bad boys to represent them. You went from Magic and Bird clean cut. That's why they leapfrog over them to get to Jordan.
they leapfrog over them to get to Jordan because who was the guy in the late 80s? Who was the guy? Who was that 28 point per game scorer? Who was that 30 point per game scorer? Who was the guy dribbling between his legs, dropping 60 on the Celtics, and Bird saying, we thought that was Jesus out there and not Michael Jordan. So they were the ones beating Jordan, and people looked at them as the nemesis. Not only Jordan's nemesis, the bad boy Pistons and Isaiah Thomas exactly became the basketball fan, the casual fan, the Jordan fan, the Chicago Bulls fans nemesis. They had a target on the bad boy Pistons, and the bad boy Pistons, they embraced that. They embraced that. That's how they became the bad boys, because of the hate they were receiving, because they were in Michael Jordan's way. And that relationship, the way the media looks at it, the way history, the NBA media history looks at it, the way the game looks at it right now, because of Michael Jordan's influence, it has diminished how we should be looking at Isaiah Thomas's career, and as a whole, the bad boy Pistons run.
I'm not saying that they have any contributions to it. In my opinion, I think it was the perception of them before the Bulls even became contenders. Because the casual fan don't understand how great that team was because they were a defensive minded team. They were like these not hot name players. How are they competing with the Lakers? How are they competing with the Celtics? They got to be dirty. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, Bill and Bill, he was dirty, but like they got to be that's what's called the bad boys, because they was perceived as a dirty team. That's why they don't get they just do. That is true. Let me
tell you this, 30. I want you to think about this, 30.
They were perceived as a dirty team.
30, check this out. Remember, I want y'all to think about it like this. I want y'all, if you really think about it, this label bad boy Pistons, it wasn't really truly getting applied until they started playing the Bulls. Like, Larry Bird even talked about this, because Larry Bird was talking about, and even some of the Pistons players, like John Sally, talked about how.
Man, appreciate you, Lamont.
Yeah, he said they would have battles with every other team. It would be hard fouls with every other team. Every other team was doing exactly what the Pistons was doing. But when the Pistons went up against Jordan and played the same way every other team has been playing all throughout the 80s, a little bit more physical, hard fouls if you come in the paint. But when you do it against Jordan, your team gets labeled as the bad boys. And because they saw them 3 years in a row, because they was the team that put Jordan out 3 years in a row, they started to become the team that was in Jordan's way of greatness. They became the villains. I think they became the villains, and the label bad boy is what villainized them. And it was the battles with Jordan. Because if you honestly think about it, for as great as they were, I don't really remember them making a big deal about the matchups with the Lakers and or the matchups with the Celtics. It's really the over glorification of the matchups versus the Bulls. I'm not even gonna kid you on that. They turned them into, because remember, the no handshake thing, the Celtics did the same thing. The Celtics had done the same thing, and they talked about how the Celtics did the same thing, but they didn't get labeled bad boys or villains. So the thing was, you knew as soon as Detroit did that to the Bulls and MJ, it was a target on their back. It was an emphasis on the media labeling and stamping them as the villains. And I think the one thing that kills your argument is how they did Isaiah in the Olympics. He was clearly a better player than John Stockton. It was clearly Michael Jordan who was the driving force
It wasn't Michael Jordan.
behind him.
That's a lie. Everybody.
Well, again,
It was
and again, at the end
That's a
of the
lie.
day, if this was a court of
It was
law,
more than Jordan.
if there was a court of law, that motherfucker he'd be found guilty than a mother. I mean, I'm talking about if it was
more than Jordan.
the evidence.
Larry Bird
The
didn't want
evidence is
nobody to see.
overwhelming.
Magic
The
didn't want
evidence.
him. It was a lot of
Exactly.
guys
The
other than
evidence is
Stephen
evident.
Jordan.
Majority of the team didn't want him.
Hey, at the end of the day, this all just supports the narrative that this again. It all started because of the Bulls. Like I don't remember this bad boy label getting placed on them when they played the Lakers.
So Lamont, I just want to
Like what hard fouls do you remember from the Lakers in the Detroit series? Do you recall
from the
any?
Celtics series? There was building from the Celtics series, especially when they was getting in fights with Bill Laimbeer. Hold on,
but
let me finish, Lamont.
that was getting doled out evenly.
That was getting doled out evenly,
just like Bird said.
You asked the question, Lamont. You asked the question, and you can look up how Larry Bird perceived Bill Laimbeer as well. They were literally getting fights with them in the I think it was 1987, I believe, since 87. Bird steals the ball is one of the most iconic moments in basketball history because of who they're going against, the Pistons. And then on top, but most importantly, and now I'm thinking about it, because watching the Bad Boys documentary, it was, in my opinion, this deception started when Rodman made those comments about Larry Bird he wouldn't get this much media attention if he was a white guy. And the fact that Zeke backed him up, he got bad press for that. They perceived Zeke backing him up. They perceived Zeke backing him up as being a contrarian.
Okay, but you're just talking about moments. These are not moments where that labeled them as bad boys. This is not the moments that they got labeled as they got labeled as bad boys from the battles with the Bulls. They didn't get labeled as bad boys with the battles versus the Lakers and the Celtics. Okay, so when did they get labeled the bad boys? Was it against the Celtics?
It was against the Celtics.
No, okay.
88.
I'm almost positive if we do the research, we look up anything related to the bad boys, and it's always going to be directly connected to Jordan and the Bulls. That's the Jordan rules.
It was connected to the Pistons. I'm not denying the Jordan rules didn't exist. I ain't denying the battle of the Bulls, not part of their legacy. I never denied any of that. I am saying, though, that moniker started based off their perception of the 80s. That team didn't like that team because they was beating the team that the league didn't want them to beat. Rasheed Wallace talked about this. John Sally talked about this.
Yeah,
they didn't want that team to be successful. No, I'm talking about the Pistons. The NBA did not want the Pistons to be successful.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Whether they
that's what I'm talking about. No, you asked a question of what did that bad boys moniker came from. I'm giving you examples of where it came from. It was their perception of them being
were the Celtics called bad boys when they got beat and they walked off the court and didn't give any handshakes?
No. Why? Lamont,
Why?
You're the lead. I'm about to say it because at that time you and I both know how pivotal the Celtics were. So as a league, it's not profitable for you to label this team as a dirty team, as a bad boy. That's not profitable. What is that? That's not a good antithesis to what the Lakers epithet is.
Okay, so when did they got labeled as a dirty team playing the Celtics?
Yes, no, they got labeled as a dirty team. They got labeled as a dirty team for their play during the regular season. I think between 87 and 88. They were perceived as a dirty team because they was a defensive-minded team. There was no flash to their games.
I don't know if that's true. And then even the moniker that they were the defensive team is even
articles. We can do anything you want to do.
Even the fact that you so easily say that they were just a defensive team when they had some of the best scores in the league on their team.
I say they were perceived as a dirty team because people didn't know how to quantify or appreciate their defense. Yes, they had Adrian Ganley. Yes, Isaiah Thomas could score from time to time, and Joe Dumars and Vinnie Johnson. Of course, but they made their bones off defense, Lamont.
Okay, hold on. There were other great defensive teams who were just as physical, like the Milwaukee Bucks.
I didn't say they wasn't.
They got the moniker of bad boys from beating up Jordan. That's what it was. That's what it stemmed from.
And that relationship between the Pistons and the Bulls, and that relationship between Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan is why I feel Isaiah Thomas isn't regarded in the fashion that he should be. and that's
No,
and
he is,
he
because when Lamont did a video, when Lamont did both videos of greatest point guards of all time, he literally mentions despite his perception, Isaiah Thomas is actually right here.
Is what?
Like why we pretend? Oh my God, Lamont, where you have Isaiah right?
that's Lamont though. That's not
No, 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 no,
the
no, no. There's a
mainstream
point to this.
media.
There's a point to this. There's a point to this.
I said
Where
that
you have
Isaiah
Isaiah.
was what?
Where do you have Isaiah Thomas ranked, Lamont? On your
I
videos,
don't,
or
I
you
don't
did top
remember.
10 greatest point
I
guards?
had him in the top 10. I don't remember where.
You got him in the top 10.
Yeah, I had Isaiah Thomas in my top 10.
Oh my. Okay.
Why?
Was
You
one
don't
of the
think he's
first
top
things?
10?
And you said
No,
Kobe is
no.
outside the top 10, right?
No,
This
I
is
said
weird. I
top
don't.
10 point guards.
Oh, I thought you were talking about all time, like all the players.
No,
No,
point guard.
Zeke get no. The premise is Zeke does get his Joe too, because of consensus, Zeke is considered a top 5 point guard of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke get his just due. The first thing people say about Zeke is he beat Bird, Magic, and Jordan,
Mm-hmm. That's correct. That's true.
which honestly underrates his career. To be honest with you,
I don't know if he's known for that. He's the one that came out and
come
had to
on,
A lot of people do
reinforce
bring
that.
that up, though, Lamont. A lot of people do bring that
oh
up.
my
He's the only
God,
player to
bro.
beat Jordan,
Oh,
Bird,
bro.
and
Bro, a
Magic
lot of
all in the
people do
same. A
not
lot
bring
of people
that
do
up,
say that now. A lot of people do say that.
especially on mainstream sports
Yeah.
media.
We gotta
They
ask.
don't.
We gotta ask the
Where
casual fan.
to a
Who's a
point
casual
where I
fan?
follow Isaiah Thomas on Twitter, right? And every day there's a tweet that damn near every day it seems like there's a tweet that Isaiah Thomas lets out reminding people how great he is or was, because there's people that on Twitter every day diminishing his career, or when they bring up a stat being broken, saying he has his own hashtag, and it's hashtag let it be known, because it seems like it's only him speaking up for his career
Mm-hmm.
What,
to a point where
man?
we seen Isaiah Thomas in what's the damn name of the documentary, The Last
Bad
Dance.
Boys. Oh, net last dance.
The
Yeah.
Last Dance. What image is lasting from Isaiah Thomas in The Last Dance documentary, where
That's
he
the
was
last.
explaining himself or why he felt deserving to be on the 92 Dream Team?
Yeah, but Isaiah Thomas wasn't honest either. He wasn't transparent either. It's like this idea was just one person. No, bro, watch the Dream Team documentary. It was like 8 niggas saying, "I don't want Isaiah on this fucking team."
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. A lot of guys other than Michael
It
Jordan
wasn't
were
just
saying it.
Yeah,
Jordan,
but
bro.
sturdy.
Jordan
But
was
there
the
was
only
only
one
one
saying that.
player. There was only one player that had the power to keep him off the team.
No, it wasn't. If you got the whole
Bro,
team saying that
Especially
they don't want
on
to
a
stop
go to
pretending
the
team,
like.
team,
especially
Hold on.
on a
Stop
team where
pretending.
his head
Stop
coach
pretending
is
Magic didn't
saying
have
that
no
is
motion at that
crazy.
point, Lamont. Stop
He did.
pretending
He
Magic
wasn't
didn't have
even
no
in the
motion.
league. What are you talking about? How did he have
So
motion?
I
He
say
wasn't even in the league.
because he was still marketable, Lamont.
He was retired. How did he
Let's
have
stop.
motion in the NBA? He retired.
Lamont,
Because I just said because he was still marketable, Lamont. They just so.
Man,
well,
But
well,
come
well, let me
on,
let me ask
bro.
you a
come
question then,
on,
You
Lamont.
think
man.
all them
Let me ask
dudes?
you a
You think
question
all
then,
them dudes
Lamont.
made it because of merit or like what they was doing in the league? No. What
So
the
let me
fuck?
ask you, let me ask you a question then, Lamont. Well, how come Chuck Daly, which is Isaiah Thomas' coach, why didn't he fight for Isaiah Thomas to be on the Dream Team?
All I know is that
And he
when it
was
came,
the coach of the 92
do
Dream
you
Team.
believe? Let me ask you this, Mingo. Do you believe that anyone with power? Do you believe that the people with power asked Michael Jordan, "Do you want Isaiah Thomas on this team?" Do you believe that they asked Jordan that
Yes,
question?
of course they asked
And what
Jordan.
do you think Jordan said?
He said no.
Okay,
But a lot of other guys were
that's
saying
where the
no
buck
too. I'm not
stops.
denying that Jordan said no. But I'm saying
Okay,
a
hold
lot of
on, but
other guys
Mingo,
also said no
hold on, but
too.
Mingo,
Is
Mingo,
what I'm
Mingo, Mingo,
saying.
Mingo. So, do you really think that these people with power also said, "Let's go ask Scottie Pippen. Let's go ask Karl Malone. Let's go ask Chris Mullin"? No, they only asked Michael Jordan that question because he's the top dog.
That is insane.
Why not ask Scottie Pippen? He one of the elite
He
players at
wasn't
that
the
time.
top
He one of the
dog,
most popular players.
especially that year, especially in
At
'92.
92? All
92,
No,
right.
he
he had
was.
a ring already.
He was not. He still was
But he
not
a
one of
top
the
dog.
top
He had a
dogs.
ring already.
What is the top
The
dog, Lamont? A top 5
guys
player
like
or like was it
one
like
of
I'm trying to
like the
understand.
Barclays,
Of
like
the
the
league,
Malones. Those were the top
of the
dogs.
league.
Because those guys said they didn't want Isaiah on the team. That's what I'm
It
trying to
doesn't
say.
matter what they said. It's about who the
Okay,
U.S. Olympic Committee asked.
Lamont, it was the first time they went pro. That means those guys had to say yeah to go there. Majority of guys didn't want to go there. They had to convince to go there.
This is
The
crazy.
Olympic
It's in the
Committee
dream
asked
team, God.
Jordan. I believe I still to this day believe that one of the contingencies for Jordan to play on that team was that Isaiah wasn't there.
Bro,
Maybe,
forget the dream
maybe.
team. That
But in my
whole
opinion,
Olympic
I think
squad,
I
that
think
whole Olympic, that United States Olympic squad. Forget the dream team. Just the Olympic Team USA team, the entire Olympic Team USA team. The campaign pushing that in Barcelona was the face of Michael Jordan. So
yeah, and that's why I think he went.
If
Like the
Michael Jordan
business.
says, I don't want Isaiah here, it didn't matter what Chuck Daly said. It wouldn't have mattered what nobody else said. This was the chance for the NBA to take its golden child overseas, market the game. They had too much on the line. Bro, there was a big building with a Michael Jordan poster plastered in the center of Barcelona when the 92 Olympics started.
1000%.
I mean, Jordan was the face. That's just like now. LeBron.
He
That's
became the
just like,
whole face of the
but Moose.
Olympics.
But Moose. That's just like now.
No, that
LeBron is
dream
still the face
team
of the
there,
league.
bro. Y'all got it.
Who?
What?
LeBron at
Bro,
39
y'all got to
years old.
stop, bro.
Who are they saying is the best player on Team USA at 39? They saying it's LeBron James because why? He's the face of the NBA still.
Yeah, but to
It's the
Moose's
same
point,
exact thing. It's no different. It's the same thing.
when they went to the bubble, who did they ask? Who was the leader of all that? What
LeBron.
exactly? So what do you think it wasn't the
That's my
same when they was
point.
in
You
the
making my
Olympics?
point for me. That's my point.
No,
That's what I'm saying. He's the face, so
But
of course they're gonna
but if
ask
they
him.
no,
they asked
no.
him and that was the end of that.
And I'm
Thank you.
speaking in regards to Isaiah Thomas. And I'm saying if Isaiah Thomas, the way his career would have been looked at greater if it wasn't for his issues with Michael Jordan.
But some of that stuff Isaiah brought on
All right,
himself
y'all
too.
got
Like
it.
not secondhand.
The,
He brought that on himself. Because every time Jordan lost to the Pistons, he shook. I mean, Jordan lost to the Pistons, he shook their hand. When he didn't
I
shake his
understand that, but
hand,
that's not the
it
first
kind of
time that
sort of,
happened, bro.
you know.
no, it's
Yeah, it's not the
not. But
first
like,
time that happened.
it's not. But y'all,
And it
y'all,
wasn't
y'all being
the bad
disingenuous on what
boys,
other things that
the
contribute
bad
to
boys,
that though.
the bad boys,
You
the bad boys were the bad boys because they were in Jordan's way. They were in
Mm.
no,
Jordan's way.
I'm not gonna disrespect
I
that
don't
to
know.
you
We
though.
might have
I'm
to
not
look
gonna
it up,
disrespect that to you.
but I believe I might have to look this up.
I'll
But
say you
I
link to
believe
all that. I'll say
they
you
only
link to
got the
all that shit.
bad boys name. I think they got the bad boys name after their series with the Bulls in '88.
No, they
Mm-hmm.
got no. That's a lie.
Y'all
They got
gotta
that name actually before
chill,
the
bro.
86-87 season.
Bro, that name did not
Actually,
come
they
into
got that
Bro,
play.
name
y'all
before
gotta
the
You gonna have to
86-87.
look that.
Google
You
it.
gonna have to
bro.
check. You gonna have to look that
Google
Yo,
it.
up.
They got the
come
Bad
on,
Boy
dog.
Pistons
Y'all
moniker
go,
before the
y'all go do the Pistons
86-87
like y'all
season.
did the
Google it.
'90s. Come on, dog.
Google it.
Y'all go do the Pistons like y'all did the '90s. That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Bro, I
I
don't see
think
But,
how
it's
that's
but
true.
crazy. I don't see how that's crazy, bro. And you guys, I
bro,
think it's
no,
crazy
because that team.
if it wasn't for the Michael Jordan backed media, eh, Isaiah Thomas's the way we look at his career. And when I say we, I'm talking about the basketball world. I'm talking about the sports world, casuals included.
It's only
If he had
casuals
a
that
better
even.
relation,
It's probably
if
only
he had
casuals.
a better relationship with Jordan, we would be talking about Isaiah Thomas greater than what the consensus around Isaiah Thomas is right now.
The
So,
consensus
so,
got him at
so
the
if you
top
think,
five PG.
so
The
Moose, if
consensus,
you think,
bro. Look at it. Look at how players talk about him. Look at how the media talk
Yeah,
about Isaiah Thomas. Like, what we talking about?
yeah. Look at
so
how the
Moose,
What
media
y'all
talks about
talking about?
Isaiah Thomas. The
so Moose,
media doesn't talk
let me
The
about
ask
only
you a quick
person, the
Isaiah
only
question
the
person
then.
I
way
can't,
we
the only
talk
person I have
about
no evidence
Isaiah
for
Thomas.
is a casual player right now.
So
I don't
Moose,
know
let me
that
ask
many
you a question then.
casual fans.
If you think, okay, say for instance, I'm gonna use your logic. If you think that Jordan had a good career with Isaiah Thomas, they was best friends, whatever the case may be. Where do you think Isaiah Thomas would be on the top 10 all greatest list? Would that move him up, or would he be in the same place that he is now?
That would definitely move him up.
So you think he'll be top 10, 9, 8, or 7 if he had
I'm
a
not
better
going to say
career?
top 8, 10, 9, or 7, but I say the way the mainstream media, mainstream sports media looks at Isaiah Thomas's career. I'm not talking about us that talk basketball. I'm not talking about Lamont. I'm not talking about
I'm talking about
diehard
everybody. I'm
basketball
talking about
fans or
everybody.
diehard.
What
I'm
would you
talking
think they
about the
have him?
consensus. I'm talking about middle America. These people that watch First Take, these people that watch Undisputed, shows that are headed by guys like Stephen A. Smith, who are admitted Jordan fans, guys like Skip Bayless. We already know the drill with Skip Bayless. If there was a better relationship with Isaiah Thomas, when I say we, I'm talking about mainstream media, mainstream basketball, casuals included, look at Isaiah Thomas's career different. If Isaiah Thomas is on the dream team and has an Olympic gold on his resume, we look at his career different, bro.
Moose, let me read this real quick. Moose, let me read this. But this is from the Vintage Detroit Collection. This is an article from the Vintage Detroit Collection. This is what he said. It said the Detroit Pistons were labeled the bad boys, specifically during the 1988 season. It says this moniker was solidified after the 1988 NBA Finals when the NBA entertainment department produced a season recap video for the Pistons titled Bad Boys. It says the term Bad Boys reflected their physical and aggressive style of play. It says the Bad Boys' identity was significantly tied to their intense rivalry with the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan. The Pistons developed the Jordan rules, a defensive strategy designed to limit Jordan's effectiveness on the court through physical and often aggressive tactics. This rivalry reached its peak during the Eastern Conference Finals in the late 80s and the early 90s, where the Pistons frequently faced and defeated the Bulls, delaying Jordan's ascension to NBA championships until 1991. And that's according to the Vintage Detroit Collection. And it also has another subsect about, it says Larry Bird's comments about physical play being prevalent in the NBA at that time, yet more scrutinized when directed at Jordan and the Bulls, reflect the heightened attention and controversy surrounding the Pistons' tactics against Chicago. It says the Bad Boys' reputation was indeed a product of their success in stifling Jordan and the Bulls during this period.
There you go.
But this is my thing though. Even with all that being said, this is my thing though. How?
I didn't say it. That's what the Vintage Detroit Collection said.
Lamont, though, you got a basketball team.
That's what Vintage
you got a basketball team. If a team came out and played your team, how the Bad Boy Pistons were playing Michael Jordan, throwing them around, beating them up, clotheslining, and doing all this stuff, you would get mad. You as a coach would get mad. Like,
I mean, the Lakers and the Celtics were playing each other like that.
But what we do know now after watching the games is that all of that supposed physicality from people clipping up 9 highlights and then replaying them 50 times is a myth too. Because when we watch the games of the Bulls versus the Pistons, we don't see Jordan just getting slammed on every play. What we see is the Pistons stifling Jordan, turning him into a left-handed driver, pulling up for jump shots on the side of the courts where he struggles with. So that's what we see. I just played a game with the Pistons where the Pistons beat the Bulls by 30 points. And Jordan, there was only one altercation in that game. Jordan was the one that started and threw the first punch at Bill Laimbeer right at the beginning of the game. Bill Laimbeer didn't even do anything. He bumped into Jordan. Jordan turned around, threw a punch, should have got ejected.
Lamont, you literally
I played the game.
Bro, you literally just read that they incorporated the Jordan rules and that imposed physicality, and you just read that.
Bro, we already broke down what the Jordan rules were. The Jordan rules was not foul Jordan. That's not what the Jordan rules was, Mingle. The Jordan rules was not foul Jordan. The Jordan rules was how to stop Jordan, not to foul Jordan.
Yeah, but Mingle, it wasn't necessarily stop quote unquote physical play because the league, like Lamont just said, wasn't as physical what people talk about. It was the fighting. Like that's what it was. Like fighting on basketball games is just not good for basketball games at all. So that's the reason why. Like because in my opinion, at least based off perception, like the Pistons was one of the most teams that people didn't like. Players did not like. And so they had a lot of fights. So that's one of the reasons why that's one many reasons why they implemented the flagrant foul rule. Like David Stern kind of made it clear what type of image of the NBA he wanted when he came in. He wanted to stop all that shit. But nah, it wasn't as physical what people were saying.
Yeah, man, and,
But nah, but
and
like,
that's why I say, man, his
But
career
Moose,
would have looked a
after this
lot
stream, bro, like
talked about different.
you can look up top 10 PGs from multiple dates, pre 2010, 2000, well, however you want to do it. Majority of the mainstream media have them top 5. When you look up any mainstream you want to show you want to talk about for ESPN,
But sturdy,
whether Zeke is on the show or off the show,
but
what do they
sturdy.
talk about him? How they talk about him?
But the problem is this, sturdy. It's easy to throw Zeke on the top 5 or the top 10 of any point guard list. I think the bigger question is, based on everything that he did in his career, how come he don't even get any top 10 consideration? I hear people throwing.
Come on.
No, but when you look at what he did and when you look at how casuals talk about basketball, because a lot of times when you talk about casuals, they always talking about who you beat. Who'd you beat? Who'd you do it against? Well, this is the man who beat Jordan. He beat Bird. He beat Magic. He has the titles. He went back to back. They had one of the best defenses of all time. Yet he don't even get consideration for most people. Most people don't even say, I got him in my top 15.
He's not
It's
an
because
honorable
no,
mention.
it's because casuals also look at awards. His awards don't stack up to a lot of top 15,
So
top 20
those
guys.
awards don't affect Kobe.
Kobe got an
has
MVP. I say
awards
don't have
though.
that.
Kobe don't got no
way
awards.
more. Kobe got way more accolades than Zeke. What are you talking about?
Awards.
All Kobe got is one
He got
MVP.
2 Finals MVPs.
And
He
once
got
again,
defense. No, he got defensive teams.
Sturdy, right?
No.
Let me ask you one
Don't let
question.
Lamont restrict it. Don't let Lamont restrict it. He also have defensive teams. He also was dominating in the statistical. No, my fault. I'm not going. Let me correct myself. He was leading the league in statistical categories. Casuals always revert to those like that.
And who
Basic
votes
awards,
for those
basic
awards?
awards and championships.
Who votes those awards?
Media.
Exactly.
No, but also what goes into MVP is he was never going to win an MVP the same league as goddamn Bird and Magic. Y'all gotta stop that. Y'all gotta stop that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with
That
that.
has nothing to do with media.
But hold on,
Any era you put them niggas in, he was never going to win an MVP.
But
Y'all gotta stop.
sturdy. But if that's the case, then nobody should have won MVP in the 90s when Jordan played.
Say it again. You broke up a little bit.
I said if that's the case, then nobody should have won an MVP in the 90s when Jordan played, other than the years when he retired. Because there was no year in the 90s that Jordan played where Jordan wasn't the best player. Barkley was not better than Jordan in no goddamn 93.
No,
Carmelo was not better than no Jordan.
No, what I meant by bringing up Magic and Bird, I was saying the narrative aspect, Lamont. The 80s will build off them too. They was going to get all the attention. They was going to get all the awards. It wasn't about we all know MVP is not about who's better. It's about who had the better narrative for that season. Let's be real. It's the media.
But this all goes to Moose's point that the media chose to villainize Detroit and turned Isaiah into a villain, which ultimately diminished his greatness because of the media. And because the media chose to go that angle, it diminished his career. So people don't talk about his career the way we should probably give it a little bit more respect. And I've even fell victim to that.
What's his consistent record as a player? I don't even what is
where you putting him at?
No. We're trying to talk from a casual perspective. What do y'all think is the consistent view record as a player? Guys, let's be real with you. Casuals don't go past top 15 or top 20. That's what I'm trying to understand.
My thing is he don't even get honorable mention. There's no
because you can name even as a casual player. Because let's be real. Because even as a casual player, a casual fan, you can name at least 20 niggas greater than Zeke.
No, you can't, man. No, you can't, man.
Listen, Lamont, bro, we need we need a casual fan
Ain't
right
no
now.
way.
God
Ain't
damn,
no.
we need a casual fan right
Hold on,
now.
hold on. Because when you say greater, well, that means we're talking about his career. This man is a 2-time champion. He's a Finals MVP.
Yes,
He's a 12-time All
yes,
Star. He's a 2-time All
yes,
Star Game MVP. Right? The
yes.
man's numbers was crazy. He's one of the best ball handlers in the league. You're telling me with his resume, not just with his game,
Yes.
but also with his resume, you're gonna find 20 players with a better game and resume combined than Isaiah Thomas?
And so, but
Yes,
why you don't
I
get the
think a
same thing
casual
though?
fan. I think a casual fan can name 20 players. Yep.
No. Now, can you?
Hell yeah. What you talking about? What the fuck you talking
Man,
about?
you must be out of
Go
your
ahead. I want to
mind,
hear it.
man.
I
I'm
want to
not
hear
even.
it. Go
I'm
ahead.
not
What
gonna
you
do
Go
that
talking
ahead.
to
about?
Isaiah.
And
What
just
you
do
I want
it.
to
talking
hear it.
about?
Hold
What
on.
the
Hold on.
fuck
I
you
want to hear it.
talking
Go ahead.
about?
Go ahead. Start to name 20 players better than Zeke. I want to hear it.
Floor is
No.
yours.
Career
No, greater.
accolades and game combined.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, greater.
And
Okay,
beat the
so
Yeah,
players that
greater.
he
Still
beat,
greater.
uh,
beat
Yeah,
the
yeah,
teams
yeah.
that he
Greater.
beat.
no. That's the thing, Moose. It's not just one category that trumps all. It's majority of categories that make them greater, which is obviously Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, Bill Russell, Wilt, Wes, Baylor, Hakeem, Duncan, and just for shits to give Moses. That's 10. Any questions?
No.
I
Go ahead.
Okay. Kevin Durant.
Hmm.
I because that's a hated name. Oscar Robertson,
Yeah.
Steph Curry,
Yeah.
Larry Bird.
That's 14.
That's 15, sir.
15. I thought it was 14. Same three.
Magic Johnson.
Okay.
I said Shaq. I said Kobe already. Lamar gonna bullshit me on this one. Karl Malone.
Yikes.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Yikes.
No.
That's what. No. Even though even though
Yikes.
majority of categories you
Yeah,
said,
no.
that's that
No.
bullshit. That's that bullshit.
No.
Majority of categories you said, Karl Malone wins, but now you don't fucking count. That's that bullshit. Now let's go through the categories. Let's do it. That's that bullshit, dog. Y'all can't be doing that shit to Karl Malone. Y'all can't be doing that shit to Karl Malone, dog. Like, let me
I
tell
ain't
that
got no
nigga didn't
respect
win.
for that dude.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
He wild for
Yeah.
that. He
No,
wild for
I
that.
had to
That's silly
had to
though.
test the waters with KD. Had to test the waters with KD, but like, all right, niggas ain't gonna fall KD.
Hey,
Oh my god,
look at
bro.
True in the chat talking about he can name 25. Man,
Yeah.
No,
look at
like,
True in the chat. I can name 25 greater than
Yo.
greater
nah,
resume.
bro. If they not
Look
gonna
at
let Karl
True.
Malone slide, they wildin', bro. They wildin'.
Hey Moose,
Yo, wildin', though.
hey Moose,
Yo, wildin'.
please let True the King go. Please. I want to hear this. I want to hear this list
Yo,
you got.
wildin'.
I really want to hear this list. Please
Oh
let
my
True the King
god.
go.
Oh my god.
I want to hear this
Lamar said,
list.
I'm checking out.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's
no,
insane, bro.
Lamar,
That's
don't.
insane.
Yo, when you win no championships, Lamar gonna tax your ass.
That's insane, bro.
Come on,
Oh
man. But
shit.
you
No,
man, Karl
I
Malone is
try to name
diabolical, man.
no, cause I'm trying to name because there's other players, but I'm trying to name players that a casual fan would say. You know, I could easily went to Hondo. I could have went to Hondo. I could have went to a few niggas.
Come
To be
on,
honest with
man.
you, y'all gonna let
Come on.
Carmelo
You guys
slide?
know
Yo,
no
you
matter where you
wild
got, no
though.
matter where you got Isaiah ranked, man.
You probably
If
gonna you probably not gonna let KG slide either.
if the story surrounding
You're not gonna let
Isaiah
KG
Thomas
slide.
was told in a better light, we would look at him in a greater aspect. You know,
No,
no
I think
matter where you
casuals
got him
would.
ranked, no
But
matter
even
where you
then,
got him ranked, man.
I don't know how casuals.
Because
I don't know how casuals
when the
perceive
whole
Isaiah.
last dance. When the whole Last Dance thing came out, you had people trying to justify John Stockton being on that team over Isaiah Thomas.
No, because I'm being real with you, and I'm not. And anyone who know me, I'm not a John Stockton fan by any means. But he did have a better season in 1991, bro. Like he did. Like he had a better season in
Nah,
1991.
but to be real though, I think Zeke should have been on
I'm
that
being
team
real.
though. If we're being completely honest,
He
Zeke
did, bro.
definitely should have been
Go
on the
back and watch the
92
games.
Dream
Go back
Team.
and watch the games. Go back and go do the stats. He had a better season in 1991.
But Zeke should have been on the 92
I'm
Dream
being
Team
real,
though.
and I'm
He
not even a John
definitely
Stockton,
should
bro.
have.
I do not like John Stockton, bro. I
Zeke should
Man,
have
don't,
been
bro.
on the 92
y'all
Dream Team.
wildin' tonight, man.
I'm being
Y'all
real
smash
with you,
that
bro.
like button and share the video, man. We rocking, bro. We've been on here for damn near 3 hours, man. You know, I don't really even do the long streams, but it's been good talk. It's been good hoop talk. We started off, y'all seen the title. We got into that Gilbert Arenas clip on Vlad TV. We talked about the whole JDR things. Are they really JDRs or are they masquerading as JDRs and really anti-LeBron? Because in the
I'm
words of Gilbert Arenas, and I find this to be true, real Jordan fans don't give two shits about LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, or whoever they think is number two. They just care that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. They state their reasons for Michael Jordan being the GOAT, and they keep it moving from there, man. But that's
But
what we've
yeah,
been talking about. Hold on, this here comes True the King
please,
right now. Cause yeah,
please bring True
please
up,
name
bro.
me 25 players,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. I want to hear these 25. Go ahead, True. I want to hear
So,
your
bro,
25.
True,
Go ahead.
they being tough, bro. They low they being tough, bro.
Everybody 30 said Hondo, Kevin Garnett.
Come on.
Mm.
Yeah, that we going to just Bob Pettit. Bob Pettit is better than Isaiah
Oh,
Thomas.
come
Yes,
on, bro.
Bob
Come
Pettit.
He
That's
said
Isaiah,
greater,
that's very
that's
Bob
True,
greater.
greater
why my
I
motherfucker.
don't
True,
know.
why
So
my
a lot of
left
people
like a
don't even know
Glock,
who
nigga?
Bob
Both
Pettit
both.
is. A
You
lot
know,
of people
but a
don't even
lot
know
of
who
niggas don't know
Hondo
who Bob
is.
Pettit is, though. I
A
mean,
lot of people don't know who Bob Pettit and Hondo is.
Y'all gotta do y'all research on
The,
Bob Pettit
I
though.
know
I
who
mean,
Bob
Bob
I know
Pettit.
who
Pettit
they
is,
is, but a
man.
lot of casuals don't even know who them players is.
I mean, who else?
Go ahead, Drew.
Who he said
Where
who
we
has a
at?
greater
16, 17? Where we at? We at 17?
who has a greater
so basically,
resume?
the greater resume putting stop. They said a combination of style, play, accolades, championships, and
They
who
ain't
he didn't
gonna
beat.
like this one. They ain't gonna like this one, but I'm gonna be funny on this. With that being said, Bob Cousy, if we're doing that,
Bro,
if we're doing
bro,
that, if we're
Bro,
doing that,
all right, true
bro,
trolling,
if
true
we're
trolling.
doing that,
bro.
I'm just saying. Listen. Here's the thing.
All
At
right,
that
y'all. Thanks for
time,
coming out tonight.
And then, then we let Sturdy slide with one cause he said Elgin Baylor. Elgin Baylor don't even have no
Hold on,
championship.
I know you
hold
don't
on,
have to have a
Cool.
Man,
championship to
Elgin
be greater
Baylor,
than
he
a
don't even
player,
have
bro.
any
Stop that shit.
championship.
Hold on. But Mingo, when I said Jerry West, even though he got one chip,
Yeah, he
you
got
didn't have no
one. Elgin
questions.
Baylor has
No, that's the
zero.
no, that's the point, Mingo. It don't matter how many chips you got, you still be
Oh
greater than
yeah,
a player.
Dr. J. Hold on, Dr.
I
J.
didn't get to Dr.
Willis,
J. I was gonna say that for my wild card.
Willis Reed. Um, who else? D Wade. Um,
That D Wade stuff.
I got D Wade because like I mean, listen, y'all acting like listen. Who else, man?
D Wade was
Um,
nasty work though. I ain't gonna lie. D Wade was nasty work in his prime.
I'm about to brain check on D Wade. Though. I don't know.
D Wade was nasty work in his prime. Now I ain't gonna cap.
Man, I don't like how y'all doing my guy Zeke, man. I don't like how y'all doing
Nah,
my guy
I
Zeke.
got a miss respect for Zeke though. Like my brother met him personally. Like I have none but respect for that man. But we talking basketball. I'm being real with you. Like Zeke do gets just do like it for the casual fan. I'm be honest with you, Leaks, I
He
don't know.
might get his
I
just
can't
due
speak
from
for them.
you, bro, but
No,
you
no,
know
no,
what I
no,
mean?
no, no, no. What I'm saying, like I said, look up how players talk about him. Look up how the mainstream media talk about him. He gets his just due. I just can't argue for casual fans because I don't know. Shit, I can't speak
I
for that shit.
feel you. I feel you, man. But man, we coming up on 3 hours, man. I appreciate everybody that tuned
Y'all gonna
in.
let you slide like that? That nigga clearly didn't say 25 players. All right,
He
Man,
did.
that was
I
good.
know he didn't. I got smoke for him, but
He did.
we gonna hold off till tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Man, on FYS Sports Debates in the Zone podcast. You already know True the King, your boy Moose Talks Hoops, So Crazy TV, my man Renegade. We on there. We gonna be cooking tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Man, who knows, man? We might do a watch party for the game. The game come on at 3:30 p.m. So it'd be a great opportunity to do a watch party. Make sure y'all tune into us, man. Shout out to Sturdy for being on the panel, man. The crossover Wednesdays, man. Check them out. FYF Sports Debate. Mingle Jester, man. I want to appreciate you joining the panel. Everybody that slid through. Lamont, Twin Man, Ayo is Comedy TV. Great funny channel, man, on Instagram. Y'all follow him. Check him out. Salute to everybody that slid through, everybody that donated to the channel, everybody that hit the like button, shared the video, all that. I appreciate everybody pulling up, showing out, man. We had a good talk tonight, man. I got to run, but I appreciate all you guys once again, man. Fellas, any
Hey, hey,
last
hey, hey,
words with you
bro. Hey,
before
bro,
we shoot
before you
out?
leave, what game you talking about again? Come on tomorrow. You talking about Brazil and United States?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Yes,
salute
sir.
people.
All right, Moose. All right,
All
man.
right, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Once again, shout out to the chat, man. You guys know how I feel about y'all, man. I got the realest chat on YouTube. It ain't many of us, but less is more. So there's plenty of us. Y'all make sure y'all smashing that like button and sharing the video. Salute to everybody that donated to the channel. I gotta go for now, but before I do, I'm gonna let the outro sing.
Once again, you already know it's your boy Moose Talks Hoops. Like I always say, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know. It's a lot of things in this world that cost, but hitting the like button ain't one of them.